Every battle is a lesson, a test of one's skill to determine if they are worthy. For the days to come will not be kind. Celebrations are needed after well-earned victories to release the hardships along the journey. A brief chance to honor each other. But most importantly, to remember those that are worth the fight. A new path is on the horizon. With it, the new day and yet another test. Every battle is a lesson. Let us begin! Hello, everybody. Whoops.
Hi. Every time.
That makes it even better.
Oh, one day I will get it right. We are not professionals, ladies and gentlemen, but we are the Oddities. Hello.
Oddities.
If you're joining us, thank you. This is our second episode in this live stream of our D&D campaign, a TAL'DOREI campaign. Not associated with Critical Role, but maybe, you know, wishes. Let's go around and introduce each other, or everybody introduce themselves. We'll start in the top. What is that? Left, right? I don't know what this is. Ari, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ari. Super excited to be here. I play the Asimar warlock, Viria, who's not a warlock, you guys, and who is super awkward and blunt. And yeah, happy to be here.
Yay. Chuck.
I'm Chuck, at Productigul on Twitter. I'm the illustrator of the campaign, and I also play the half-orc cult, who's also quite awkward, but in a different way.
Nice.
And is definitely a rogue.
Yes. Fred.
Hi, my name is Fred. Oh
That's
my
it.
God, I have the Twitch audio on at the same time. It's so weird. Okay, sorry. I was so distracted by hearing myself. Hi, my name is Fred. I play Rose. I saw someone on chat typing that I excel at playing dumb barbarians, and that is my fun fact of the day. I love dumb barbarians.
Excellent.
We all love dumb barbarians.
Honestly.
Yes. And Xander.
I'm Zan. I am your local Thembo, and I play Nagheim the Drow Wizard.
Excellent. All right. And we're going to recap what happened last week.
Wait, who are you?
Oh, I'm just
Who are
Jason.
you?
I'm
Yeah,
Jason.
who are you?
I'm a human dungeon master. Oh,
we
wait.
love.
Oh, Xander, they made me cry on the internet. I got home and Xander posted this nice little message. It was like, you guys gotta check this out. This guy's, well, I won't repeat it. It was just very sweet. And I just cried on the toilet for a little bit.
We
Did
love.
you say on the toilet?
No, shut up. What? No.
Dungeon masters don't.
Ideal location to cry. Best location to cry. It's like you're near
true.
water. It's
Exactly,
perfect.
exactly. And I can wash my face afterwards. And my hands. Always wash your hands, people. Before we get into the serious story stuff where I end up killing my whole party, I want to mention one little thing that was also a very sweet thing. I got this week from one of the greatest people ever. Chuck came to visit me at my massage clinic. And this is just the greatest thing ever. It has a
That's
place
so
of
good.
pride right there between Keyleth and Vexeldon.
That's
And
so cute.
We couldn't go on without mentioning it. All right. And with that, Xander, if you would kindly recap what happened last episode.
Now watch me show all of you my inability to read. Celebrations continue over at the Slayer's Take as the Oddities collect the reward for retrieving the tome for Wayland Brexit, member of the Kobold Soul. Durant and Mundo announce the opening of the Takes Fight Club, and Colt and Rose decide to participate while Nagheim and Viri are content just watching. Colt faces Yulari, right?
Ilari.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't remember
Yulari.
names.
Ilari.
A wild-eyed wizard?
More
Yep.
tongue turners,
Yeah,
tongue twisters. Anyway,
I don't appreciate that at
I'm
all.
sorry.
And triumphs as Viri promises to buy him another round of bourbon if he wins. Rose then faces Orc Dave, who I love,
Yes.
and overcomes her affable opponent. See, I can't read. This is my life struggles.
You also volunteered for this, so
I know. Over for opponent with a victory by tickle. Oh, right. Durant then waves Colt over for a private chat and reminds the half-orc that the Take and its people are the resource he can rely on at any time. Colt then tells Durant about Wayland's offer to hire the Oddities as his escort to Westrun and receives his mentor's blessing. Finally, the last match of the night begins with halfling innkeeper Clea fighting Jonathan, Jacob, Jerome,
Jeremiah.
Jonna.
an arrogant adventurer from a rival party. Clea mops the floor with Jonathan, and the party celebrate with her before calling it a night and sleeping at the warfaring stranger. The Oddities awake the next day, some perhaps more hungover than others, and prepare for the next leg of their journey together. Reading is hard.
Do
You did
tell.
great.
Oh man. And with that, the party awakens in the warfaring stranger. Most of you downstairs already in the lounge area where the glowing embers of last night's fire are slowly dying down. One member still in their room. And unbeknownst to them, a tray of a hot breakfast meal waiting outside their door with tea. The other three are downstairs as their own individual breakfasts are brought to them by Clea, who then scampers back to the kitchen to prepare for the rest of the guests. But what would you like to do?
Nagheim would kind of just be curled up in the chair looking at Albert and just be like, did I say too much? It's too early for that, isn't it? Yeah, I need to keep to myself more, eh? Just kind of go back to his book a little bit, and we'll just keep trying to scribble down in their book, just trying to do the finishing touches on reclamation. And we'll probably do that for about 10 or so minutes before being like, I think there's food. And then I would get the food and head downstairs.
Sounds good. Everyone else?
Everyone else? Colt seems fairly bubbly today.
Mhm.
He's drinking his coffee with aplomb, and having not drank heavily the night before is annoyingly chipper. So you guys, today's a new day. We've done it. We've gotten in. People know who we are. It's absolutely incredible. I'm just so pleased. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate each and every one of you. In
So,
Nogheim opened up to me last night, I think it might have been the alcohol speaking.
That was definitely the alcohol speaking.
So Rose
Not
looks
to
at
take
Colton
away
and
from your little moment, I'm sorry, but yeah, they were fucked up.
so Rose looks at Colt, and Rose is just kind of like participating in the conversation, but kind of like eating like like with her hands, like hungry, hungover person, um, just shoving pancakes or whatever is presented in front of her, and she says with food into her mouth, "Oh yeah, what do you say?"
We just talked about like family I mean, I don't feel like. Did you know they didn't grow up in a drow city? They were like separate. So I don't think Nagheim knows their people.
You
It was
drow
really
normally grow up in drow cities? I don't. There, you know, where I'm from, there aren't many elves, so I don't know much about that.
really. Where are you
I
from?
mean, generally, most elves will grow kind of like in villages or communities or with families, so it's a little bit unusual, yeah.
Where
Oh,
are you
right,
from?
you're an elf also, Rose.
The
Did you
ears
grow
are a
up?
Yes.
giveaway.
Did you grow up with people like you?
Nice redirect.
Yeah, yeah. I grew up with my family. Yeah. That I'm a wood elf. We grew up in the woods.
Really, Woods?
This coffee is really good, isn't it?
Or
Wow,
they?
everybody seems to not want to talk about their personal lives, so maybe I'll just shut up and keep my
I'm
thoughts to
sorry.
myself. No,
I'm
it's all
sorry.
right.
I didn't
We're
want to
just
make it
making
awkward.
we're just
It's all
making
right.
good conversation here.
Too soon. It's too soon.
Oh, I just haven't talked about my family in a long time. That's all. Yes, I grew up with my family. I mean, I am a wood elf, so, and we did grow up in the woods. It was more of a jungle, to be honest, but yeah.
A jungle? Was
Oh yeah, wood elves are really good with nature, so we're everywhere. We're not just like in the forest, like in those children books. That's really for children. It's kind of derogatory if you ask me. Wood elves can be found in the deserts, in the mountains. In my family, we're in the jungle.
I've just never been to a jungle. I mean, I'm half elf.
Oh,
What are you?
where's your family from?
Where elves generally come from.
Elves are
Was that?
everywhere.
The south, mostly. I grew up in a military family, so we were moving around a lot. Anyhow, these pancakes are really good. I was hoping there'd be more butter. And he just gets up and goes to the kitchen.
It's
What about you,
fascinating as a
Veery?
DM to watch all your players totally misdirect and then answer the same question back at another one and then totally misdirect that and then wow.
Is it too early to talk about our backstory? Can do. I mean,
Oh, we
I want to hold it back a little bit longer.
well, I'm from the west.
And you were on a boat before.
Yeah. I mean, I did make it pretty clear I used to sail, but yeah,
Alt
from
and
the
I were
west.
talking yesterday about you getting lost a lot. Does it have to do with your sailing? Or does it affect your sailing?
No, because usually when you sail, you have a navigator who takes care of that for you.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll help you navigate on land.
I appreciate it. Thanks. You know, for all of my qualities, a sense of direction isn't one of them. So.
I'm literally a walking
Not
compass.
not to sound too insulting, but yeah.
And truth be told, it is
Sorry.
at that point that Nagheim finally does make their way downstairs.
Good morning. Nagheim would be walking down with his mage hand holding his their tea. and they're holding the food picked out a little bit, and just kind of walking down with Albert just hopping down the stairs behind them.
How are you this morning? You got pretty rowdy last night.
Alcohol sucks and I hate it.
I don't think that's what you were saying yesterday when it was going down.
I have my regrets. I'm going to be sticking to tea for now.
You know, Nagaheim, everything can be enjoyed with a little bit of moderation. I think yesterday you learned where your limit is. Maybe next time you drink, you can, drink in moderation. Just drink less.
Yeah,
You'll
my
end up
limit
knowing
is
what your
one
limits
glass.
are.
1 glass of wine.
There you go.
Brings back the butter and just slathers it on whatever is in front of them. Hello, you look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to take on the world.
I kind of like look back and like try. There's no tail.
Well, like a squirrel, early to get the nuts. We're gonna go get our nuts today. That came out a little strange.
Like I will just kind of like
Speaking of
sink
nuts,
into a chair, just eat with like just a very puzzled look on their face.
We'll put a pin
speaking
on
of
that.
nuts, what nut are we chasing now?
Well, I got the go-ahead from Durantu if we wanted to take the job to escort Whale and Brexis over to Westerun. He's like, yeah, absolutely. Go check out the Slayer's Take in Westerun. We're a big family, and he said some really nice things to me that just made me feel pretty good about myself and good about us as a group and how impressed he was with us. But absolutely, we're allowed. But he did ask me to run by the Slayer's Take before we went off. So I don't know what that's about. I hope I'm not in trouble.
Yeah, I did want to.
You ever get called to the headmaster's office in school? It really messes with you, even if it's for like a good thing.
Homeschooled.
What's a headmaster?
It's like the master, the headmaster of education.
The circus ringleader.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god, absolutely. That's a very good metaphor.
Well, I just know because circus folk.
Oh yeah,
I'm
finding
assuming
the
she would
language
know
that
that.
everyone can understand. Metaphors.
Okay.
Brilliant.
I just want to make it very clear that I'm not a circus folk. I was just helping out with the circus, but I'm not a circus person.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a circus person, but if I
Oh,
mean,
yes,
not a
there
performer,
is.
you were like
It'd be really cool if you were, though.
administrative or
We're gonna get so
Security?
many hate
Hired
comments about
muscle.
circus people in the chat room. I'm just waiting for it. This is a circus people friendly chat.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. We're having none of that.
Rose is having none of that. She still carries a deep hatred
Oh.
for Fergus,
Yeah.
so she's having none of that.
Well, absolutely. Regardless, I mean, are you guys game to go to Westerun?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I thought that was the plan initially.
Yeah.
We
Hoping
all
it would
agreed
be.
on sticking together until we get to Western.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right then.
Where there's
No.
gold, I will
And,
follow.
I
where
don't
you
know
lead.
about I don't know about you folk, but I'm pretty much ready to go. So
Yeah. Oh, we could totally hit the road. I wonder if we get on horses. I said
I
horses
would-
very weird there. Horses.
I would like to actually speak with Durant for a moment before we go. If
Well, we
have
got to
the time.
visit him anyway, so absolutely.
Oh, perfect.
Well, is there anything else other than finishing up breakfast? Do we have to get any supplies? Like, Waylon said that he was going to cover a lot of that stuff, but if
Well,
there's anything you guys need.
I figure supplies can be acquired from Mundo, the old goblin person.
You should put potions on that shopping list. Do we have a shopping list?
We can make a shopping list. Do you want to be in charge of the shopping list?
I don't have paper, but I can write.
Okay.
I know somebody who has paper. Looks at Nagheim.
And just as that you say that, the quill is just gonna appear in their hand, and they're gonna be like, potions, even though I can heal. What else?
They have bandages.
I also
Not
have
the
it.
same thing.
I'm just trying to think of like what we might encounter on the way. I don't do the road to Drinna. I've only done it once, and it was a pretty easy trip.
Should we get food then? Like rations and
I think Waylon's going to cover that.
crackers?
I
But
think
if
it is-
if we want to get our own stuff to take, like maybe some treats, maybe some trail mix with those little
We should
bits
get
of
some
yogurt chips and chocolate in it.
I want to try some
Some
of those
loose-leaf
blue whales Gerard was talking about the other time.
We absolutely have to
Okay.
get road candy.
I
Road trip-
don't know what that is, but it sounds, intriguing.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Can we
get a bag
get
of sweets.
candy
I think
store?
I need a portable teapot.
I was gonna say we should get some tea leaf for you, Nagaheim.
Some
Yeah.
sweets.
To figure out a way to have a not breakable teapot.
Do you have the
Oh.
cantrip mending?
No, I don't.
Well,
That would make sense.
Maybe a metal teapot.
We can check that out.
We had those a lot back at home, so probably you could find one here.
So potions.
Maybe the army supply store has some.
Camping supplies. Absolutely.
Little teapot.
Ooh.
And cups. You guys wanted
Blue
blue
whales.
fish? Blue whales.
Yeah, I want to try those.
And what else is there?
Well, maybe we can start with that and see if anything else comes up while we're out.
Mhm. That's fine.
Oh, you know what I don't have, which I probably should have, is a whetstone.
Yeah, you should
And-
have that.
He like pulls his like double swords out and like takes them out, and you guys sort of like could see it's like they're fine elven swords, and they look a little dingy.
Well, do you want to borrow mine? If I don't know what that accent was just there. Anyway, would you like to borrow mine,
Governor.
Governor?
Freshen your drink.
Lady Poppycock is back.
Oh no.
Alexander
Not
knows.
like this.
Yeah, I have a whetstone. Would you like to borrow it? If
I'd love
you
it,
know.
Lady Poppycock. Yes, please. Yes, please. Sorry.
All right, I'll lend it to you. So, shall we?
Shall. We can either go talk to Waylon first.
Did
He
we?
said to meet. He was. Does anybody remember where Wayland was? It's he stayed here.
As you say
I-
that,
He was saying
I do.
here.
as you say that, you hear somebody kind of like a good rest.
Mr. Soreback is up.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, he's kind of a hunched gentleman, so yeah.
He's an aged fellow.
Sorry, Nagheim? What?
Did we split our gold?
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
did we do that?
Haven't.
No,
We
it's
did
just all
not.
party gold right now, isn't it?
Let's just rewind. Before we go find Wayland, we should split our party gold just so we know what everybody has.
Now, I don't think anybody lost any money during the fights last time?
No,
Okay.
we won money.
All right. So
I
it
thought
should
we already
be
now.
it should be 1250 each plus your winnings.
I put my winnings
12.
already in.
Yeah,
so
I already
1250.
did that as well. So an extra 1250 for currency.
What did I win?
Think of all
last
the
time?
pearls I can buy.
Earl Gremlin.
It's gonna quickly
Nothing
turn
wrong.
into that. It's gonna be great. Cool.
Okay. Oh, we have a lot of gold now. We all have a lot of gold now. It's lovely.
Alrighty.
And I can't wait to
Maybe we
spend
could get like embroidered patches that matches, and we can put it on our clothing. That way, people know how A, we fancy are, and B, we are the oddities. Or would that be tacky like Jeremy level?
Timothy?
You know, seeing as I don't know whether I'll be sticking around after Westrun, that may be a bit of a waste on my end.
Could be a souvenir.
It'll be a souvenir from Western.
But I would have the best souvenir, which is, you know, all of my memories almost dying with you. And
Don't strain
you
yourself
know,
there.
the good moments we spent together.
Friendship we made along the way. I don't know. I like the
Yeah.
idea of the patches, Rose. I'm with you with that. So
I'd like to keep my robe clean. Thank you, though.
We'll revisit the activity.
thank you, Wayland.
Awkward. Sorry to be the party pooper.
Oh no, I love it. So
Good morning. Good to see you all.
good morning, Mr. Brexit.
Hello. Sleep well?
Absolutely. You yourself?
But always sleep is bad. Yes. Breakfast. Oh.
And with that, Clea walks in with his tray.
Here you go, love. Hope you had a good rest this evening.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. It's so strange. It feels like I'm talking to myself.
He puts the tray down and he sees one of you get up to like, go and do your everything, and he just kind of slips in where you were getting up from. He says,
Oh, thank you very much.
sits down to his breakfast.
So, was there any conversation about whether you could join me on my trip back to Westrun? I'm having a hard time finding the voice for this character again. It's somewhere in here.
Oh, you're doing fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
Well
so
done,
much.
well done, Mr. Brexis.
Thank you.
Mr. Brexis, it seems that we are open to take on your escorting job,
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Wonderful news.
and we would be ready to leave in your own time. But
Good to know. Good to know. Well, that's wonderful. Perhaps you'll need supplies for the journey. I know myself. I need to grab a few things and talk with the stable master, see if we can get our hands some sort of horses and a carriage and such. I'll take care of that part. You don't need to worry about that. Hopefully within the next 2 or 3 days we can depart from here if that works for your time.
absolutely, we'd be even ready as soon as today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we'll see what we can do there. All right.
Oh, please enjoy your breakfast. We've got
Oh.
a couple of a bit of running around to do.
Oh, it's no,
And then
no
we'll-
bother.
He just grabs like a lot of the stuff, just puts into
Pocket bacon, you know, all that eggs.
Right.
just inhales the eggs.
I'll see you in a little bit.
And he just walks out.
All right, so
Ew.
But you don't. Honestly, you should always sneak a little bit of bacon in your pocket just in case you get a little munchy later.
it's already dried. It's
It's like
You know.
jerky.
I have
Just oily
White.
jerky.
white robes.
well, that sounds like a you problem. You know, just don't wear right.
Have you considered another color scheme?
Or a traveling cloak.
No.
We should get you a traveling cloak. Something you could get a little dirty. You could wear it
The
over.
black with white. You know, if you get them a black cloak to go with the white. That could be very pretty. Or maybe purple. Do you
But
like
then
purple?
don't
How do you
see
feel
the
about purple?
embroidery.
We could get embroidery on the outside of the cloak.
This is. I'm fine. It's fine.
I mean, it can get pretty cold out on the road. But, you know, it's up to you. So, shall we?
I have a blanket.
Oh,
Which you could
okay.
wear as a cloak, if anything. So,
And Nagam does have a tendency to be able to magic dirt away.
Mhm.
But that means you could just keep your bacon in there, and if there's a grease spot, magic it away.
But then the moment
And
you
then
put the bacon back, it's there again.
but
so
you
you
eat the
usually take
bacon
it out
before
and eat
you, yeah. You take the bacon out of your pocket and then eat it. And then you do your magic thing. And
Yeah, but while it's there, there's a stain. And you know what? It's fine.
I'm assuming
I have-
it's only meant to be temporary. Like he's probably gonna eat the bacon like in a few minutes. He's not gonna keep it in his pockets for like 3 hours. You know.
That was not me.
Otherwise, you might want to use like
You know what?
otherwise you might want to use a special compartment to carry your bacon. I wonder if someone's ever made that, like a special thing to carry your
like
bacon.
a special
could
bacon
have-
po-
you could-
a pocket protector for bacon.
or you could just buy
Maybe-
a pouch bacon pouch.
Yeah, like
Maybe we're onto something here. Maybe we should go to a patent office and
bacon-
create a bacon container and
A
then
bacon
sell
holster.
our idea. Yeah, we could sell our idea to an artisan, and this is how we make so much gold.
we just use watertight like leather, and then just like have them fit for like the standard size of pockets, so that there's a lip that goes over the pocket. And
I
then
think Jason is sick of our bacon conversations.
I mean, it's not like I have pages and pages of cool shit to go through instead of a fucking pocket bacon.
All right, well we can find bacon pouches out on
Oh, I killed Rose.
our shopping tradition.
the bacon conversation
No,
winds
please,
down as
go
they,
on.
they walk to the Slayer's take.
Yeah, this conversation happens as we're exiting.
Oh, does it?
And yeah, I decided the retcon just happened there.
Nothing but
Excellent.
the highest quality role play here
Mhm.
at Oddities D&D
Well, they're
people.
Oh,
discussing the bacon. I would take a moment to just drop 4 or 5 gold off to Cleo.
aw.
Just thank her.
Oh yeah, we tell Clea
I'll give her 4 gold.
goodbye.
5 gold.
Oh dear, that's not necessary. You know that. It's always lovely just to have all of you here.
Yes, it is not necessary. But I'm not taking it back.
I think
Goodbye.
they want to give it to you, Clea.
And you see she kind of leans over to Nagheim.
Well, come here. Before you're setting out on the road there, lean down here. You got a little something on your cheek there.
And she leans in and she right on your cheek.
You're such a doll. Thank you very much.
I mean, you know, repay kindness with kindness, but sometimes a little gold helps.
Good words to live by. You lot, you
Pleasure.
stick with this one. They know the right way of things.
We'll keep them
Panic.
close.
You okay, Rose?
Oh my
Alright.
god, yeah, we killed. you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I live for
But she
that.
looks amazing with that much color on her face. I mean, come on.
You know when you start laughing and you can't, and you're just choking at that point. That was yeah. That's bacon for you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
Right on. All right, so you guys head out into the market.
Where's the sweets shop?
The sweets shop? Where would the sweets shop be? I think you'd have to look around a little bit for that, or just ask, you know. But I'll
asked,
assume
yeah.
you do. What am I toying around with you for? It's not necessarily a sweets shop, but there's like a general like market where you can buy like basic foods and spices and all that kind of stuff. And they have behind the counter like glass filled jars with all sorts of variations of candy and all that kind of stuff for the kids. Just so, you know, like, not that there's a big problem in these kind of places where kids are stealing candy, but it's just so it's out of reach and they're not constantly pawing at it or breaking glass jars or anything.
Love that aesthetic.
Yeah.
So
You guys are
Cool.
in the general store. What would you like?
would
I
like
go
to
to the
look around.
counter and I say, how much much for the blue ones?
blue whales.
Those ones go for about. Those are 10 for a copper.
And if I wanted a bag with a little bit of everything, how much?
Show me with your
How much
hands.
would that be?
That's a good rose-sized candy bag.
That's like 2 of your head. That's amazing.
She shakes her head vigorously.
I'd say 1 silver, 4 copper.
Okay.
Excellent. He just dumps the entire bowl into a bag, a paper bag, and he just kind of rolls it up and he just. You've got about 5 pounds of blue whales.
Wait, no, not blue whales. Like all the like mixed in.
Oh,
Like a mix of
okay. And he starts shuffling it
Mix
back
of
in there.
everything.
Well, if
Sorry.
it's a mix of everything, I thought it was just the blue whales. Hang on a second here.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Rose, is that for all of us or just you?
All of us.
Okay, I'm not making assumptions.
It's variation of weight and all that, so I'm trying to think. We'll say 5
about-
silver.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do 5.
So he starts shuffling over and like he has a bit of a step ladder to kind of go up and like take the lids off and 1, 2, 3, puts it back on, goes over to the other one, 1, 2, 3, all the way down the line. So you've got an assortment of blue whales. You've got fizzy pops, which are like suckers, but they kind of like give your tongue a little bit of a zap every now and again. You've got paper candy, which is like paper towels, but it's edible. You've got, what else is there? Ballistic gum, which is pretty much cola balls. But then after a while, like your lips will turn silver and then you can kind of chew it into a gum and it tastes pretty good.
Me.
What's that?
Witness me.
Witness me! And there's a variety of other ones that I can't think off the top of my head, but you know, I'll come up with something later down the road.
Chocolate macaroons, something like that.
Sure. We'll call them cow pies,
Cow pies. Oh, that's lovely. I love it.
right?
I give him 6 silver.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Oh, thank you very much, little
Well,
lady.
he did all that manual work, so you know that's a lot of work.
She's not wrong.
What about the rest of you? What's everybody else
May
getting needing?
May I have 50 blue whales, please?
Absolutely, come right up. It's a popular one.
Whales.
And he
Yeah,
fills you up.
a friend told me they were good, so I'll try them.
Who's that, Twiggy?
No, Gerard.
Oh, sure, he's a good lad.
Oh, well.
Hell of a
there you go.
drummer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That'll be 5 copper.
Coming
Thank you.
right up, and I'll slide the 5 coppers over.
Thank you much. Anybody else? The 2 of you?
Do you happen to have a metal teapot?
Ooh. Hang on.
And he goes to the back. Florence! Florence, do we have metal teapot? No, No, that's not metal. That's what. Why do we have a wooden teapot? That defeats the No! God damn. Comes back up.
I hate to say we're fresh out of metal teapots.
Thank
But
you for the warning.
they do come in quite often, so check back next week. Something may come off the docks there for you.
Perfect, thank you.
No problem, no problem. Anything else I can get you in the meantime? Your friends seem to like blue whales. Did you want some blue whales?
I'm fine, thank you.
Paper candy? Ballistic gum? Fizzy
Are
sucker?
there-
No? Hey.
Is,
Oh yeah.
is there like at candy shops when they have like the big swirled lollipop that are way too big for a child to eat, but they
Oh,
sell
yeah.
them anyway for
Yup.
some reason?
Yep.
Colt points at those. He goes, "I will take 5 of those."
Oh, thank you kindly. That'll be 2.5 silver.
2.5 silver.
So
If
2
you
and
could
5 copper.
wrap them up really well, I probably won't get to them for quite some time.
Oh, sure.
He takes out some wax paper and everything, kind of puts them in that, and then all of them go into like a paper bag so that the ends are just like, like that.
I have one too.
Oh, for sure.
Gets you one as well.
5 copper.
I give him 5 copper. I look at Nagaheim and I say to them, "Hey Nagaheim, look at these candies. They look like pearls. You sure you don't want them?" And I'm pointing at a candy on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Sad mage noises.
I mean, you could
Fine,
try.
thank you.
I mean, technically, no wizard has
Then
ever
they're not-
tried spells with candy. It's possible.
I'm not buying 100 gold's worth of candy. Thank you, though. I will be content once I find a teapot.
Nagheim, make a perception check.
First roll of the night.
Can I do a
Call
perception?
it.
Oh, it's... Right, that's a... Wait, perception
Do
is...
it! Do
There we
it!
go. Roll. 20.
Ooh! All right. For a split second, out of the corner of your eye, you see something glisten. And thinking of, in that headspace of pearls and what else could I use for like later down the road kind of spells, gems and all that kind of stuff. You see a glisten and you turn to look and you see it. This bright, ruby, crystallized stone. And then you see a blue one and a green one and a translucent one. And then you're like, they're attached to plastic rings. And you have found the ring pops in the store.
Mage gonna
Agreed.
mage.
Crushed.
Yep. Point for the DM.
Oh my god.
I would also ask the shopkeeper if there's anything like practical for, what kind of practical outdoorsy, travel items do you have? Do you have anything special in stock?
Well, we're not really the kind of army surplus kind of store, that's for sure. We just mainly sell things for cookware and food items and such. Your best bet? That's a good question. Well, it all kind of depends on what you're looking for. I mean, the Slayers they got kind of a monopoly on that. Not that it's a bad thing. There's the apothecary store. Food-wise, you could always go to the food court there, and most of them will sell you at cost, like just the meats and everything that you'd want there. Aside from that, I mean, the closest blacksmith would be like one of the farmsteads just on the outskirts. But again, it kind of depends on what you're looking for.
Well, I was thinking maybe a tent. We'll probably be camping out on the road, so...
As far as tarps, you can check with the stable master. I mean, like, they've got certain tarps that go over their wagons and such, and some for the horses, and I imagine they cover something with their hay. Sorry, not with their hay, cover their hay with something. It's early in the morning, I haven't had my coffee yet.
All right, well, thank you. I'll remember all of that. And,
No worries.
Awkward pause as I take notes.
Oh, no, not at all.
All right, well, thank you. That was very helpful and kind of you. Do we have anything else we want to buy here? I turn to the rest of the party.
Hey, by all means, take your time. I mean, we don't have anything like pocket bacon, but what can you do?
Rose is carrying her giant bag of candy like this, like she's carrying like a
Oh,
pregnant
yes.
belly or something, and
Yes.
she's like, "I'm good."
Fantastic.
And she digs in. And she's like, "Oh,
Colt sneaks a little handful.
ooh, have some, have some
I'm having some.
for everyone."
What do you try first?
I really just put my hand and I take a handful, and she goes, "Home." So
Okay, make a Constitution
A mix of
saving throw.
Nuts and gum together at last.
Oh.
The way it was always meant to be.
it's candy. Why would candy betray me? Wait, did it roll? Oh wait, hold on. I haven't launched a game, so anywhere.
No worries.
It was like a 12.
Oh, you saw it? Okay, cool. I'm not seeing it, so.
Oh, I didn't see it either.
Oh, I saw it on D&D Beyond. I haven't.
Oh, I
and-
see. I get
But
you.
it was.
It was
I
12?
think it was.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Go with 12, yeah, that sounds
All right.
about right.
So I would assume you've experienced this before, but I don't think you've ever registered. Just thinking about, Rose being the person who she is. You are on the craziest sugar high right now that your speech has doubled in speed. Good luck with that.
So Fred has aphasia, so she will not speaking that quickly, but I
Mhm.
will ask everybody to use theater of mind to.
For
get
sure,
through
for
that.
sure, for sure.
Thank you.
Well, I would probably try the stable master for tops or tents,
Okay.
you know.
Ooh, stable, horses. We get to
And-
see horses. Oh yeah.
I can head to the apothecary. For,
Yeah, we could split up.
some potions. Meet back. Food court. By the
Sure,
fountain?
we'll need supplies and rations. So
Remember to keep your receipts.
what are receipts?
It's like a bill of sales that shows you how much you've bought. They write them out for you if you
That-
request them.
Oh,
just-
that just
Why would I need that? I'll just remember.
Because, well, it's also Wayland Brexis has to see proof of purchase so that we can be reimbursed.
I don't
It's
think-
just how it's done.
I thought he said he was covering the horses.
Oh, I thought he was covering everything. No, he's
Well, how
not.
about we take
I'm
Well,
remembering
we
now.
won't worry
What
about
he
it.
said, and then I would just give an exact quote of what he said.
You remember as well.
I've been told I have a very keen mind.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so well, we can go to an outfitters and see what we need. So I can do the outfitters. You, Nugheim, said you wanted to do apothecary. Viri, because that's all I know your name as. Viri, what were you gonna do?
Stable master.
The stable masters.
Stable Master and Rose?
I'll go with you. Yeah, I'll go with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she wanted to see the horses, so I won't prevent her from doing that.
There are
but
horses.
yes, there are horses at a stable masters.
Wait,
Probably
who's going to the
donkeys as well.
stables?
I am.
Oh, now I love
Ooh,
a
I'll go with you.
donkey. Oh, well,
Sorry, Colt. I'll go with Viri.
it's
Yeah,
all right.
horses.
Pet the
Ye-
donkey for me.
There's a
yeah.
donkey.
If there is one, maybe. I don't know.
They're
The
usually
stables.
there. They keep horses calm.
Colt, I'm gonna be going. Do you want some candy?
Yes.
Cause I'll be gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Prop work.
Love a prop.
Wow.
So yeah, we can I can.
And meet
Well,
back at
you
the
play
food
out
court.
another scene.
Yeah.
I'll just make a list up and I'll text it to you.
Oh, don't
You
text
don't
me
have-
anything because I'm not reading anything except what's here.
We'll put it in the Discord just so we have a record of
For sure,
what
for
Kelp's
sure, for
gonna
sure.
buy, and then we can retroactively charge for it.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So, do we want to go top or bottom? Okay,
You're the
here's what we'll do.
GM.
Viri and Nagheim, rock, paper, scissors. Boulder, parchment, shears.
Okay.
There you go.
Boulder, parchment, shears. Let's
On
fucking go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Bolden,
Well,
part.
yeah.
Wow.
Boulder, parchment, shears, and then on the fourth one,
Yeah.
you go. All right, let's go.
This was
All
a
right,
bad idea.
Boulder,
Parchment,
parchment, shears. Okay. Well, Nagheim wins.
Okay.
That was so difficult. for
That
some
took
reason.
so much work. You heard it here first, folks. My God.
Always does.
Nagheim.
Okay.
Where are we going?
The apothecary.
Okay.
So, walking away, like, Nagheim's gonna still be walking heavily with their cane, but Albert's just gonna be perched on their shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Make a perception check.
$14.
Okay. As you make your way through the food court on the way to the apothecary, which is beside the Slayer's Take, you know the area fairly well. Looking around, you do see one individual sitting amongst a group of 3 others. And maybe it was the trick of the light that made you pay attention to this, but there is Jonathan with a big, huge hunk of meat on his face, and on the other side, purple lips, like Mick Jagger style, just sitting there, and he's trying. You can see he's mumbling something to the others, and the others like trying to be like, you know, just apologetic and sincere and everything like that, but he's just murr, 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 murr. But that's all you see on your way to the
Good for him.
apothecary. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
What type of building is the apothecary? Like a regular.
Yeah, if you look in Roll 20,
One
it's
story?
pretty much like any of these standard buildings here. It's got wood framing
Okay.
on the outside and kind of dirt soaked. It maybe at one time would have been like hay colored or thatch colored, but with all the dirt and everything and the weathering, it's kind of stained a little bit. But yeah, generally like how you see it in there. I know the rest of the stream, the people watching can't see it, but copyright. So yeah, it could be any one of those buildings, but it's the only thing that just like is discerning about each of these buildings is just the signage that's on the outside.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll go in. I'll head in.
Okay. Just gonna turn the music down a little bit because it seems kind of loud. Oh, and as soon as I say that, it dies. That's great. All right. Hey, you are in the apothecary.
I'll just kind of go right up to the counter.
Upon hearing the door open, you see a figure part the beaded curtain from the back and look over to where you are. God damn it. I looked away and I looked right at Fred as she was freaking out. Now I've lost my cool. And an individual glides to the front.
Hello. How may I be of service?
I'm in need of incense, potions of healing, and if by any stroke of luck, some pearls.
We do not carry pearls, per se. I can see what I can do about the incense. And how many potions do you require?
4.
Let me look. And he floats off back in behind the beaded curtain again. As you look around, you can see numerous kind of like stalks of different herbs and green things all hanging about. Some are in powdered containers, much like a bulk barn, but in like oak barrels instead of like plastic ones. You do see a couple of vials on the back shelf where you can see different colored things glowing, some things swirling around on their own. Some just seem like they're empty except for a little bit of mist inside. It's all very curious kind of stuff. After a moment, the gentleman comes back.
I have 3 potions at the moment. Will that suffice?
We'll make do.
Good.
Places them one by one on the counter for you there.
The incense you can find on the right-hand side. Please take your time.
Perfect. And, tea leaves. Do you also keep those in supply?
You enjoy tea?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's mostly what I drink.
Do you have a preference?
Herbal, but I have been known to sample into some more citrusy ones.
Risque.
Oh, risky.
You plainly saw when you walk in, there was like a shelf unit where it is listed, and you can see, your eyes are good enough that you can see familiar titles of different tea leaves. So they were in reach. This gentleman moves away from that and dips below the counter. He comes back up.
This is a personal favorite of mine.
Places it on the counter.
Steep for half the time you would normally steep this tea. It will bring out the flavors that much more. From one tea lover to another.
Like, are
I
they bonding over tea?
appreciate it. So I will take. How big's the container that he pulled out
Which one?
of the tea?
You'll probably get about 5 brews.
Is there more?
He slowly rolls his eyes.
No, I meant of that one.
He's still pointing at the other way.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay, I'm gonna take that. I will take the 3 potions. I'm going to take a mixture of incense and assorted herbs.
Okay.
But it's going to be...
Give me a dollar amount like that you're
50
looking
gold-
for. 50
50
gold of
50
the
gold's
incense?
worth
Okay.
of incense and herbs.
Okay.
And I'll probably be willing to also spend that much on tea. Like,
Well, if you do that, I mean, you're going to probably need like an entire horse just
Yeah,
for it. So
I know. I'll take the nice tea and then I will grab like a pouch full of just a regular herbal tea.
Okay. So we'll say the same size pouch that you have from the gentleman, you have another of the other stuff you're choosing. Let's say 15. 215 gold.
I'll give him. Wait, gold. Inventory. There we go. 215.
Yes.
Will there be
216.
How much?
Or no. Yeah, he said
216
it was
or 260?
16.
What? Okay.
I'll give him that little. I'll just put the extra gold in there and be like, ah, thank you so much.
You have no idea how much that means to me.
I really don't. I'm terrible at reading people. Goodbye. Just gather the
Do come again.
It's just like under my breath, I'm just gonna be like, I really want to get out of this town. As I'm like leaving.
Viri and Rose.
Well, we make our way to the stable masters.
You want candy? I have so many. You sure you don't want some?
No, not right now, thank you.
You're so yummy. Do you think the horses will want some?
Maybe if there's carrots in there, but yeah, I don't know if horses eat candy.
What are we doing at the stables again?
Yeah, you're looking at the horses, and I'll talk to the stable master.
Okay.
Head over to
Should I
whoever
not
looks.
speak?
Do what you want. I don't, not the boss of you.
Okay. So it's not a problem if I speak. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get it right.
Yeah, as I said, you do whatever you want. You're the one who followed me, so.
Cool.
So as you make your way towards the stable master, or where you assume this person would be, you do see already speaking to an individual, Waylon Brexus.
Oh.
Oh, good. Hello, good to see you so soon afterwards. Hello. I was just talking to Marion here. She runs this part of the stables and everything. We can secure a cart and 2 horses, as well as all the comforts inside there. The price is on me, no worries about that. We can leave as early as this evening or tomorrow morning.
Oh, well,
Can I...
we don't have any other business in town, so if you'd rather leave this evening, that's fine by us.
I would say that if we were to leave when it is nightfall, probably not the best time for us to leave, as visibility is not good. But I think evening, she meant somewhere around what time is it now? So probably around 5 p.m., I would think. Sometime around there, if that's agreeable.
That works for the rest of us. We split up actually running errands, so it would be more efficient. So
Good plan.
as soon as you give the word, we'll be ready to leave.
I'll tell you what, why don't we meet back at the Wharf-Faring Stranger around 4 p.m. and we'll check in and see if we can make our way out for a little bit.
Right?
We may end up
Sorry, I
camping
don't
sooner
write
than
as
later, but,
I don't write as
Mr. Brexus.
fast as I
Mr.
wish.
Brexus.
Hello? Yes,
I have a question for you.
I may have an answer, young lady. What is it?
Would you like some candy?
You're a woman after my own heart. Let me see what you've got. Oh, I think...
We've got everything.
Oh my goodness, do you ever? I could do with some paper
Just a
candy.
handful.
Okay.
A handful.
Just, oh my god. How much has she had?
A lot.
Oh, good lord. Yes, I'll just take this for now, thank you. We'll save that for later. All right.
Thank you.
All right, so
Thank you.
Thank you.
we actually came here to get a tent or top or something.
No need. I've secured
need,
as much.
okay.
Yes. We will have a covered wagon for the most part, should you require to stay outside of the wagon. There are also sleeping bags and such. We should be quite comfortable, as you can be on the road.
All right, well, thank you.
Oh, no.
So 4 p.m. The Warfaring Stranger.
I will see you there. Marion, always a pleasure.
You too. I don't got a name for her voice.
What's Marion's backstory? Are we in love with them? Obviously.
Now I'll still move up to Marion as Mr. Brexus takes his leave, and hello. I heard you were in the business of selling tents or tops, as well as, you know, the obvious horse stuff.
Yes.
Would you happen to have a single person tent to
Yes.
sell?
Why
I'm
are you
sorry.
buying a single person tent?
Well, because I don't have a tent, and I want a tent beyond, you know, because, you know, Mr. Brexus bought tops and tents, but, you know, he'll probably leave with them afterwards, so I'd rather be ready.
But you don't snore.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yes, so 1 tent, please.
Yes. 3 gold.
But that time you
3.
went camping, did you camp without a tent?
Yes, I did camp without a tent, and I realize now that it's pretty impractical. That word was hard.
It looked like it hurt.
It did. It was physically painful. And yeah, so, you know, you never know where your traveling can bring you, so I figure having a tent would be useful. And as I say this, I take out the 3 gold Marion requested. Hand them to her.
Rose will put her face really close to Veery, kind of like you know when someone gets in your face, and she's like, "You can tell me if you have a secret. Are you planning to leaving the group? Is that why you're getting a tent?"
Well, it's not much of a secret. I did say that, you know, beyond Westrun, my path might diverge from yours, so...
I won't tell your secret. You can count on me.
It's not
And then
a secret. Okay.
Hey, Marianne, want some candy?
Yes. And she dives in. She takes a handful. Just nods to you.
All
Goodbye.
right, then.
And she walks
Thank
away.
you.
Yeah.
Bye. And yeah, I'll also walk away, like, with, you know...
Everybody's awkward.
Hey. Rose is just like holding her stack of candy at this point, and she's skipping behind, just following Veery.
So, and we'll head off to the town center food court to meet up with the others.
Sounds good. All right. So, shoot, Colt, where were you going?
I was thinking while you were doing that,
Mhm.
and Colt would just go directly to the Slayer's Take and talk to Mundo for outfitting. And I put a list in our Discord chat, so he's going to be asking about 2 two-person tents, because he's assuming Brexus has his stuff together. And well, Carly knows, or Chuck knows. Colt does not. So he's looking at 2 two-person tents, 4 gold pieces. I even checked on D&D Beyond. Rations for 5 persons for 4 days. He's not sure about Brexus's food, so he's going to assume. Times 20, which is 20 rations. That comes to 10 gold pieces. A barrel of fresh water. The barrel itself costs 2 gold pieces. I'm assuming they can fill it up for free. Tap water? I don't know.
There's not really plumbing in Drenna, but you know.
Yeah. But I'm
There's a
assuming
well.
Well,
Yeah.
Whetstone, which was 0.01 gold. I don't know what that was. Even though he was going to borrow one, he still wants his own. 4 bedrolls, which is 4 gold pieces. A warm knit traveling cloak for Nogheim, which is 2 gold pieces. I put a coffee percolator. Obviously, that's not in D&D Beyond, but it's like the metal thing you put over the fire, and you can put tea or coffee in there. And a bottle of bourbon.
Okay. I think the only thing that they wouldn't have are the tents. Everything else sounds legit. And you check the price, so I will just agree to that.
I made sure. It was all D&D Beyond. It's all above board.
Nice.
And very overpaid for her tent.
Shh. Don't tell her that.
Listen.
Rude.
Okay. I will amend that. Not available. So while he's here, is Durant around?
You ask Mondo, and Mondo just kind of, looks at you and points to the back.
Righto. Thanks, by the way. And you were really good at Fight Night. You got a set of lungs on you.
He shyly turns away and gets back to like cleaning whatever he was doing.
Like ankle twist, like the hang dog. You can't see it, but it's like this.
There you go. There you go. And as you turn to walk to the back, you hear this very faint.
Thank you.
Phil tries to make it not awkward and just keeps going.
Yeah.
Towards the office, I assume.
Yeah, so when you enter the Slayer's Take, there's usually, you're accustomed to seeing like a table where everybody kind of lines up and exchanges are had. There's a bit of a bar behind there, and then off to the side, like where there would be like, most waiters and waitresses go to the kitchen, that is the office space back there. So the door is partially ajar right now.
Hello.
Grant? Hi, it's Colt.
Ah, cool. Perfect. Come on in. Good timing.
We're just getting some stuff for our trip
You
to
bet.
restaurant.
Yeah.
But you said you wanted to have a word with me before we took off. I'm not too sure when we're going, but I was here buying supplies anyway, so I thought I'd pop in.
Yeah, I did. You know what? Take a seat for a second. I just gotta grab something.
And you'll see he goes, there's a set of double doors that lead to another room where it's kind of like a spare bedroom kind of setup. So if he's been working too late at the Slayer's Take, he could just crash here for the night instead of going home. And even though he slightly tried to close the doors, you can still see that he bends down and there's kind of like a trunk at the foot of the bed. He opens it up, and hanging on the front, you can see illustrations of people, faces, portraits almost, and little trinkets and knickknacks kind of attached to it. But he reaches in, he shuffles around kind of a little bit, and he pulls up something wrapped in a cloth, but very long. Shuts it, makes his way back towards you.
So, I got a little something that's been collecting dust for quite some time, and well, it's just a shame that it doesn't get much use these days. Figured if you were gonna go off and hit the big time and West Run and all that kind of stuff, maybe you should be kitted out with something a little more. It's got a little more oomph to it.
And he hands it over to you.
That's sad. Oh, wow.
You are my dad. Dad. Wookie, wookie, wookie.
That is so weird for me.
He lays it down and he's like, wow, this is I mean, this has been like the best week of my life. If it's a gift, wow, gee whiz. And he
Wow.
sort of unwraps it.
You say gift. That's on loan.
Gotcha.
When the time
Gotcha.
comes that you find something a little better than this, you come on back and you give
On loan. Gotcha. Do you want me to write you out an IOU?
it.
You
I
realize he's
trust you
joking.
enough. Yeah.
He's just kind of
Yeah.
ribbon. And he unwraps it.
Okay. What you see...
With reverence.
Sure. I like that. What you see, it's not ornate, but it is well crafted. It doesn't look like it's ever been used. But you see the scabbard has brown tanned leather with an almost wine stain to the color of it. At the edge of it is a platinum kind of holder. So it's kind of at the peak there. And platinum around the top where the blade would go in. The handle itself has leather wrapped around it with cross stitches. So it gives you a little more grip. And the pommel, nothing too fancy. But it does come to a bit of a point. So if you were to stamp something, it will leave a mark. And as you take the blade out, it catches the light a little bit, so you do see a violet kind of sheen to the blade. It's a short sword, and for now, we'll say it's a +1 short sword.
Sorry, that was a bird noise. That was a bird noise I made.
Now, do me a favor with this. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
So, before you actually dive into a little tete-a-tete, give it a few practice swings. Get a feel for it, find the balance, get your rhythm.
He's already like got the blade across his palm with like the hilt hanging off, and he's like kind of like just angling his hand to see if it rolls and stays steady. He's practiced. He definitely has a way with blades that he knows. He goes, "Oh, motherfucker, I cut myself."
It's sharp. Yeah.
It's sharp. I will absolutely treasure this. I've never had a glowing short sword before.
I had some of my friends do a little bit of work to it for me.
It's a magic sword?
To some degrees. I'll tell you what, whenever you get some downtime,
Extra.
yeah, you give a few swings, get a feel for it. If you stumble, that's fine. But when you hit, you'll see what it can really do.
Excellent. Well, I don't wish for trouble on the road, but if we find it...
No, trouble seems to find people in our line of work. Let's
trouble
get used
seems
to
to
it.
find me.
Yeah.
Wow, I really thank you so much.
No worries.
He kind of stands up to like shake his hand, but like goes for like that awkward across the desk hug, and then it's like, no, this is a handshake. Okay, yeah.
Be safe. Make it back here.
Absolutely.
All right.
We're gonna have fun. It'll be fun.
Always
It'll
is.
be
Yeah.
way more fun than that fucking island, I tell you.
I never did ask you about that. You know what?
Don't send anybody else out there. It's a death trap.
Unless somebody asks to go out there, not my business.
Well, heads up. Don't go. It's rotten.
Noted.
Stay away from that church.
Yeah.
There's a church. Don't open the doors.
I don't plan on doing anything. I gotta get back to work now.
Absolutely.
All right.
Another awkward end of a conversation.
No worries. Well, I'll get the rest of that story.
What's that?
Nothing. I said, okay, bye. I wish you were my dad.
Oh, it's so weird coming from a childhood friend.
It's a game. We're playing
No, I'm totally fucking with you.
characters.
All right. Well, when you get down there, what's their name? I forget their name, but when you meet the head of the Slayer's Take down there, don't tell them I forgot their name, but just tell them I said hello. Trying to keep
Absolutely.
relations strong there.
Did not mention about the name. Just kidding. I didn't write that down. I've got to go find tents. Okay, bye.
Bye.
He skips backwards out of the room.
Yeah, he does. All right.
Turns around, almost hits the door jamb. And I have to pee.
All right.
Should we take a break?
We will.
Or I can just go and you can continue on with the rest of the crew.
Oh, no, this is as good a time as any. So everyone watching at home, hang in there for about, we'll be back in 5 minutes, I want to say. 5 minutes. Stay tuned. Put on Twitch that just scared the bejesus out of me, but I think we're still live. So there we go.
Yeah. Oh, goodbye, Harry.
Good soup. All right. So everybody has gotten their
Why
Albert.
Albert.
I'll find out. I'll be right back.
No, it's fine. It's fine. All right. So everybody has gotten their supplies, or most everybody has. Someone got a cool new sword, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Possibly.
Oh, I should have asked what its name was. If it had a name.
You don't know.
Don't know.
Dun dun dun. And you guys were meeting back in the market, or sorry, the
Old Town
food
Square.
court
food
sort of thing.
court.
Yeah.
Work area.
As you can see, Rose is already having her fill of the food court.
Yep, she is.
Yep.
It was a stew made by Odor. Special order.
Well, speaking of, if that's the case, Odor.
Oh, hi. How you doing? Come over here if you could. Come over here.
And he kind of escorts you away from the lineup that is in front of Odor's stand now.
Promoting local businesses.
I just wanted to say thank you. I think because you were always ordering bread, and I think you yelled at people to try the bread, or maybe it was your friend. I can't remember. But people, it was you? Oh, good. So people really like it, and they're coming to my shop all the time now. And I think it's because of you. So,
Well, they really should. It's really good.
thanks. But I hold on. Oh, shoot, I forgot it. Okay, wait here. I'll be right back.
And he goes behind his kiosk and grabs two things.
So, I was talking to Clea this morning, and she said you all might be leaving soon. And so, I made you this for the road.
And he hands you a satchel of stuff. And if you look inside of it, yes, no, I think you're crying.
Secret's getting bust out in tears.
Yeah. Do you open it?
But yes,
Okay.
we do open it.
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking for everyone.
You bet. Well, it's just you up here. So you open it, and it's kind of like a trail mix almost. It's got little cracker kind of things that are like dried up bits of like all the shavings or whatever that would come off the elven bread. He's kind of salted those a little bit. He's tossed them in there. There are little chunks of dried up meats, kind of like little baby sausages, but kind of chopped up in bite-sized bits. There's some dates. There's a couple of grapes. Well, a couple handfuls of grapes, I should say. And some hard cheese, all mixed in there. So whatever you grab, it's like a new bite every time you grab something out of it.
I say, this looks amazing, Odor. Thank you. And I'm still holding my giant bag of candy. So I put my bag of candy down and I say, can I give you a hug?
Yeah, come in here.
And he, again, you have that like the weight of his arms on your shoulder, like that comforting, that's two, yes. The comforting weighted blanket and just being enveloped in there.
So that's something that I like to have when I go out in the woods, and my friend Tuba, he likes it too, so I usually bring one for him. And I thought, well, if you like the bread, maybe you'll like this too, so I made you a bunch for the road.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'll share it with the rest of with everyone, for sure.
Okay. And there's this.
and he gives you a note.
Do you want me to read this now? Or you want me to read it later?
Well, you can read it now if you like.
Do you like me? Yes
Okay.
or no?
Is it
Oh,
just
I
for me
wish.
or it's for
I wish.
everyone?
He hands it to you.
Okay, so I open it.
You now have the recipe for elven bread.
Oh,
I close it and I say, "Are you sure? This is your secret."
He pulls you in a little closer and he leans down because he is fucking tall.
Now it's our secret.
Okay. Okay, I will cherish this.
Campaign's over. We won.
I killed the entire party with kindness. It's a D&D first, y'all.
The BBG was Odor this entire time.
we obviously can't fight him.
Rose again will tell him, like, thank you. I didn't plan on gifting you anything, but
Oh, no,
and she
I
takes her
don't need
giant
anything.
bag of candy and she says, "Do you want some candy? Have some."
Oh. Sure.
And he reaches in and his mitt takes a bunch.
Oh, I took too much. Hold on.
No, take more, take more, take more. Look, it's so big. I can't eat this all on my own. Take more.
Okay.
And he takes it and he's got like size of your head size, okay? And he just kind of stuffs it underneath like where his apron is into like some sort of pouch in there. And so every so often he'll be able to kind of reach in and just pop one in his mouth.
Say, Odor, I think the others are gonna join me here. Do you think you can get some Alvin bread going orders for us?
I got a bunch made already. Where are you sitting?
I'm gonna grab a table over there.
Okay, I'll bring it out to you in a bit. I got a few people, but I'll make sure to get it to you real quick.
Take your time. It's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. Not in a rush.
All right.
And he just turns around and goes back to his kiosk. And eventually, by the time I would say the rest of you join them, Odor has placed plates of elven bread sliced up nice and evenly for each of you.
Quick thing, seeing as I was with Rose,
Mhm.
can we say that while she was having this conversation with Odor, I went around and bought rations for the rest of us?
Rations or rations?
Rations. Sorry, I don't know words.
Neither do
Same.
I. Neither do
Rations.
Sigil.
Rations. Rations. Rations.
Okay, this is DM brain taking over here. I forget where we got the rations. Were they at the general store or were they at Mundo?
Well, the man at the general store said we should hit up the food court for those.
Okay, all right. So yeah, if you're
I
thinking like
remember
just like jerky kind of stuff, just to sustain you.
Yeah, just
um,
like dried stuff that won't, go bad while on the road.
Okay. Hand up.
I did get 20 rations from Mundo.
Oh, okay.
And I'll
But you
say
don't
by the
know that.
time you're all collectively there, yeah, you would have had enough time to tell Viri that you got rations. So
Here we go. Rations.
like
Oh,
that.
okay then.
They're gonna be at the Slayer's Take. Mundo's taking care of it. But I couldn't get his tents.
Oh, the stable master has those. I got one. I believe it fits 2 people because the only tent I could find on D&D Beyond was a 2-person tent. So
And thank you all for
fair.
looking up these items that I forgot to look up. It's
we
very
got you.
Oh, no.
super appreciated.
Absolutely.
All the other
Absolutely.
things that I
No.
looked up and I created, yeah, don't worry about that stuff.
Megheim would just kind of look down at Colt's hand and be like, "Okay, what did you do? Come here." And, like, kind of like grab at Colt's arm and
Oh.
and is like rummaging through their bag and leaves the mate brings out their blah, 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 blah. Words are hard. Brings out their mage hand to dig in the bag and pull out their medicine kit and just kind of quickly work fast and just do a little bandage around your hand, like
And
keep it
it's
clean.
right on the crease, so it keeps opening up every time it. Thank you.
Yeah,
As
that's
the-
keep
Too
the
real.
bandages. It's fine.
Well, that's a nice job. Thank you so much. But look what I got! And he, shing! He's like, check it out.
Yeah, I can see your blood on it.
Oh. Better?
May I?
I did go see Durant. We can go back because I know you wanted to have a word, but he said he wasn't being used and that I could use it. And look, it's got a little bit of a glow. You can't quite see it in the sunlight, but if we go under the table, you can sort of see it glowing. Are you looking under the table?
She's looking.
No.
See? A little bit of glow. It's
Uh-huh.
fine. It's fine. But he says I should practice with it before I use it, so...
May I? I'd just like to see it, if that's okay. And I'll take it. And I'll just, examine it. And, like, she's genuinely, like, interested in, like, the make of this sword. Like, she legitimately, like, looks it over with interest, and she'll hand it back. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's really nice, but I think I don't have enough belt buckles. I only got the one belt, and then I've
Oh.
got the little loopies that come down for my swords.
Well,
I'll figure it out on the road.
Well, if you wanted to get a tent, we probably have time to head back to the stable masters, because Marion, pronouns,
She, her.
she, her. Okay, cool. Yeah, she probably has another tent she can sell, and maybe an extra belt loop.
Well,
buckle.
yeah, if it's at the stables, we've got to go there anyway. So we can
That's where I
probably...
bought my tent, and we're meeting up with Mr. Brexis over at the Warfaring Stranger at 4 p.m.
At 4? Does he want to go tonight?
Well, he was he thought that if we left while there was still some daylight at around 5, so we could probably leave tonight. Either that or tomorrow morning if it gets dark too soon.
Good job organizing. Well done, Beery.
I didn't really do anything, but thanks, I suppose.
I have more information now than I did. And you're a valued member of the crew.
She just
mean-
turns around and goes
And
back to
Rose.
like packing her stuff.
Rose, obviously. You've talked to Odor.
Oh, can't hear you.
And I think at this
There we
point,
go.
Rose is coming down with her sugar high.
Oh, you crashed just on the way back from the thing, and you were like fistfuls of sugar to keep that sugar train going, but it was just like, ooh, it knocked you for a bit, and then you kind of like lulled out. But when you saw Odor, it boosted you back, so you're kind of baseline now. You're good.
I kind of huddle up and I say, Odor gave me a secret recipe for the fairy bread. And he also says thank you. He says thank you to all of us for helping make his shop so successful. He says there's always people now.
I can see the line. That's fantastic.
If you were looking at her, you would see that at the words fairy/elven bread, like Viria's head would just like turn slightly in the direction of. Doesn't give much more of a.
I've already ordered some for everyone before we got this table, so you should be coming by soon.
Oh, it's already there. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Like
it's already
as
there.
everybody
Oh,
finally
sorry.
got there, that's when you put the plates down. Here
We
it
are
is.
digging in then.
I remember you said that. And
Nagheim will just pick at it. Just slowly
I kind
start
of don't
eating.
want to leave now. What? If only Odor could come with us.
well, when we become big and famous and go out on really big jobs, like safari-esque, exploring new wildernesses to get, I don't know, a big jewel from the ruins, you know how they do in books, we can hire him as our cook.
Do you think he would like that?
Is your goal to become famous?
I mean, no, not as such. Why do you ask?
Because you just
Well, you talked
mentioned
about
that.
it.
I'm just assuming because we work so well together that of course we're going to be successful.
But what if we're
All right.
losers?
Losers. Rose, you.
What if we end up like? What if we end up like Joshua?
Isn't it Jerome?
Jeremy?
As long as we don't put our heads
On that.
right up our own asses, I think we'll be fine.
Nagheim, as soon as you contemplate the name, you look over your shoulder and Jonathan, Jerome, Giraffe, whatever you want to call him, he has gotten up, having caught the scent of your group and tried to,
Scent of bullying.
yeah, just trying to make his way out and out of your vicinity.
Mage hand.
Got that? Oh no! Oh no!
Grab onto his laces and pull backwards as he tries to walk forward.
How hard?
As hard as I can.
Make a
We do not condone bullying.
no, we don't.
Unless it's against the bully.
There you go.
We condone fantasy bullying.
Yeah.
Against bullies.
Okay, I leave this to the rest of you. Arcana check or strength check? What do you think?
Arcana.
Anna.
Arcana?
Okay. Thank
Well,
you.
if it's Nagheim, Arcana.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, buddy. They were
mean-
also saying like,
I mean, it's a mage
pull.
hand.
Yeah.
So.
yeah.
Thanks, I have a +7 with that.
Let's see it.
Got you, baby.
I rolled it twice by mistake, but the
Yeah.
first one
Oh,
was a
I
nat
saw
20.
it. I saw it. It's a nat 20. So you, in all your preciousness,
That's funny.
try to flippantly just go and snag it. What you didn't account for is that Jonathan, in all his snobbery, not looking where he's going, stepped in a pile of very, very slippery mud. And you hear this. It's kind of like this sound, like you've seen that video of the woman falling out of the grapes and just that's all it is. And his friends are trying to pick him up and dust him off, like, shut up, you're making us look back. And they're carrying him away. It's like, but my it hurts so.
Myria does not see this, but she just goes like, is there an animal dying somewhere? What is that noise?
Like, I was just gonna, like, just be like...
No, seriously, what
Did I-
is that?
that
Did I
is,
see Jonathan fail?
that was-
Jonathan? Yeah. Yeah.
That was...
Did I see him fall?
Oh, hells yeah.
I whispered to Varian, like, that was Jeremy. He just
Oh.
took a massive fall in a pile of mud.
And I'll turn because
Yeah.
I was sitting, you know, my back towards this entire scene. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn and I'll go like, I don't see the problem then.
Viri?
That guy was
But
I'm
that-
like...
Viri? Make a perception roll.
Oh boy. All right. I'll roll manually because I'm not
Okay.
fast and I'm cool.
Or Snagheim.
18.
No. That's bad. That's bad. Don't laugh at that.
Oh, we're not. Chuck, I've known you for a good long while. I expect better. So
I've been feeling out of sorts.
this is true. This is true.
Sore neck.
Viri, as you turn to look at Jonathan and all his biffidness, that's a word now. We're using that.
Cannon.
Chuck, I take it back. That was the worst. You notice just beyond Jonathan, quite a ways from all of you as well, a hooded, dark figure. Kind of, you don't know if they're looking at you, but you definitely see them facing the direction of your group.
I take note, but I don't say anything.
Okay.
And I doubt I can read Viri's face whatsoever. It's just
Yeah. I mean, that's her when she's happy or sad or pissed off. I don't know.
You know that
All
meme
of
with
it.
like Ron Swanson, like all of the emotions?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Viri's
Exactly.
voice.
And that's
So,
that.
I did not. You ever do something and don't expect it to do more than what you thought it was going to do, and then it did more? Yeah.
is that what just happened over there?
I'll just bring back my mage hand, and just a little shimmer will kind of appear beside my hand, like my hand. It's like, yeah,
You've got
Yeah.
a mean streak in you.
I really don't like him.
I quite like it.
I really do not like him at all.
Well, he's pompous ass, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't stand people who think they're better than others.
Sweat. No.
Megaheim, I really like this side of you.
It's it takes a certain type of asshole to really I guess bring this out. Plus the hangover.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you seem to be quite assertive.
Yeah, you don't suffer
When it comes
fools
to-
gladly.
Yeah.
That's the
that.
saying. Don't
Suffer fools gladly.
I thought it was you don't suffer.
Yes! Point of inspiration.
Oh my god.
Yay! This cider today is very bubbly. My apologies.
I think it's a new batch. Maybe
really
it's from a
embarrassed.
new cider cultivator.
I'm a cider cultivator.
A new cider cultivator. Like, you know, the people who make the
Cultivator?
cider? Yeah, it's called a cultivator, isn't it?
No, I thought you were making a joke. Because my name is Colt.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
didn't think of that.
cultivating cider belchers. No? Okay.
No.
So, do we need
We all
anything
got
else,
that.
or should we go have like a quick?
Well, you wanted your tent. What time is it at this point?
I'd say you're getting close to like the noon, 1 p.m. kind of range.
Okay, so we still have time. Well, you wanted your tent, and I would like to check something out. So, you know, let's say we meet back at the Warfaring Strange at 4.
All right, sounds good. I know. Nokheim wanted to go talk to Durant quickly as well, so we'll go quickly separate again, get our stuff done. Very efficient working with you.
I mean, we all have different things we want to do, so it makes sense that we go different ways to do it.
Yeah, split the party as often as you like, guys. Nothing goes
All
wrong
the
there.
time. All the time.
God, it's sorry. I keep looking at my face, and I'm like, "Oh right, I did
You're
that.
beautiful.
I did the brows.
Beautiful,
I keep
gorgeous
forgetting.
face.
I just keep forgetting.
Don't worry, I got enough eyebrows for everybody in this party, let me tell you. All right.
Well, I got eyebrows. They're just white.
Yeah, they are. They look awesome. All right. So
And
Nagheim Viri heading to the Slayer's Take. Is that correct?
I actually wanted to check out that figure I saw.
Okay. You turn to look again. The figure is gone.
Oh, okay. Well, I would have wanted to wander around, see if I can spot them again.
For sure. Nagheim, you wanted to go to the Slayer's Take, correct?
Yeah.
And Rose Cult, are you two hanging out as well?
Yes.
You were going
Rose,
to the
you
stables?
want to go back to the stables?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't have any errands to run, so I'll stick around with you.
Yeah. Was there a
I
donkey?
have everything I wanted.
Perfect. You do.
And a recipe.
Oh, before we split,
Yes.
Viri, potion, Rose, potion.
Thank you.
He only had 3.
Oh, thank you. How much
So-
do I owe you?
You know, I must have forgotten the price. So
That's a
I'll see you
Jason
guys.
move.
I thought you said you had a very keen mind and can recite basically conversations verbatim back at me.
Normally I can. This just seems very foggy for now.
You are hungover.
Well, they weren't
Let's say
that
that.
hungover when, you know, they recited everything Rex
And
said.
Nagheim is just gonna walk away, and the mage hand is just
listen.
gonna drift the 3rd potion over to Cult.
Oh.
If Nagaheim wants to give us potion and not make us pay for them, I'm not gonna question them over it.
I was kind of getting at that. They were just being nice, and I was trying to call them out.
So it's just a potion of healing, like the common one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Gotcha.
You
So that
each
makes
have
sense.
one because you guys
Oh.
are up front.
One thing I will let you guys know, just thinking of like the magic items or items that I do have for sale and with the prices and everything. If it turns out that my prices are better for you than what's in D&D Beyond, we'll go with my prices.
That sounds good.
Right.
That's very fair.
Cool, cool, cool.
The DM wants us to be rich.
Hells
I
yeah.
still paid 3 gold instead of 2 for 10, so
That's your fault.
That,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Marion can have her own prices, so.
there you go. Gal's got to make a living. All right.
As
So,
Nagheim's walking away, they just kind of wave back at everybody, without without turning to them, just walking away waving. And as the potion gets dropped off the Colt will just notice the shimmer just kind of dissipates.
like a Michael Jackson glove.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. So, what order did we do it last time with who went where and everything like that? Who went first last time?
I think I did.
Okay, who went last?
Me.
Colt, what are you doing?
Well, we're gonna go to the stables.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Rose. I encourage skipping.
I skip.
We skip.
Hells yeah.
Just a little bit, and then Cole's like, no, we've got to kind of look a little bit cool.
Skipping's
Get-
cool.
Things
Remember
really
that,
not
kids.
cool?
Skipping is cool. And so Viri got a 2-person tent, so technically we only need one more. And is there a donkey?
Are you asking
I
me
think-
or?
I thought
I'll ask Rose first, and then
Sure.
if Rose doesn't know, then we'll just keep our eyes out.
Oh, I thought Waylon said something about a wagon, so I don't think we need any more tents.
Sleep in the. We have all bedrolls?
Yeah,
All right then.
we might not need tents. I think Viri is just a very private person, and that's why she wanted a tent. But I don't think we need more. I mean, Mr. Brexis arranged for a wagon and horses. You know, all that stuff.
Right then. We're gonna go pet the horses though.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if they have a donkey, but we can ask. Her name is Marion.
The donkey?
No, the stable girl.
Oh, right. That might have been embarrassing.
I don't think she would have liked.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right, absolutely. We can get to the stables.
Okay.
And Colt's still gonna ask Hi, Marion.
Yes.
I'm Colt. I'm part of the Rexus party.
Yes.
Now you organized a carriage for us.
Yes.
Can you tell me what the list of supplies that you have down for that carriage? Real quick. Just double checking.
One carriage, 2 horses, 5 sleeping cocoon.
Cocoon. Oh, okay.
Yes. 5 pillow, soft pillow, 5 blanca.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. And is there? Does she describe that there's going to be like a covered tarp?
Yeah, you can see that they're already kind of like pulling over the covering for the wagon itself. So it's got like one of those, you know, kind of. Jeez,
Like
words are escaping me, guys.
A covered wagon or like a traveler's wagon?
Yes.
Right. And is there room for 5 people to sleep in there?
Yeah, there would be. Like, it's a fairly large one, so it's typically for like supplies for the most part, but there's enough room in there so even if you have supplies, whoever the riders are, they can sleep in there. Without the supplies, yeah, you can fit probably 6 people fairly comfortably for the outdoors inside this one covered wagon.
I think you're right. I think we don't need a tent. I think this covers it pretty well. We got soft pillows. I didn't even think about soft pillows.
Hey, Rion,
Oh, yes.
do you have... I know you have horses, but do you have
Yes.
a donkey?
Yes.
Can we go say hi to the donkey?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Marion.
And she watches you guys go, and then she realized she misunderstood what you said. She's like, oh. She pulls you back for a second, goes to where the gate into the stable is, opens it, closes it behind her. Frisco!
Go.
And out comes the little donkey. Here! It just...
Oh, wait. May I?
And
Please.
I can do it.
DM commitment.
Here we go.
Oh no.
3, 2, 1.
It's really a Scooby-Doo laugh.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Damn it.
You didn't hear it.
No! You pulled the mic away from your face. I thought you were going to
I
scream.
do it quite loud. I do.
Go for it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you don't have
Excellent.
teeth like this and not be able to sound like a horse.
I can do a goat. Other goats.
I think so.
You are not there. You split this party. No
Oh,
goats for you.
alright.
So yes, eventually Frisco, the donkey, comes, you know,
Donkey.
that's my donkey. That's as best as I got. And he will start to nibble at Marion's hand. She goes, "Yes." And she waves you guys over.
We pet the donkey.
And you hear Frisco. He doesn't do the big thing again, but he does do something like that, kind of like raspy kind of breath that like horses and donkeys kind of do when they're not like screaming their heads off, and they're just kind of like nuzzling into your touch.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a good boy. Sorry, I just wanted to pet a donkey in our D&D game.
Done. I'm all about that.
Let's spend 15 minutes doing that. That's all.
No.
Oh, incredible. Okay. I think that's us. We're good.
All right. I'll say that multiple times you both try to leave Marion and Frisco and try and go back to your party, but Frisco kind of gives you that kind of sad, like lonely donkey kind of sound, and you run back and Frisco more times than you're probably going to admit to. But with that, we cut over to Viri or Nagheim. We won't rock, paper, scissors this. We saw what kind of clusterfuck that was, so...
It's because we're a mess.
Yep.
And it's fine.
Make a decision. Who's going first? Viri, it is. You told me with your eyes. What you doing?
Love it.
Well, I'm going to see if I can find that cloaked figure I saw earlier. So I would head in that general direction and try to act nonchalant, but keep an eye out for them.
Fair enough. Would this be an investigation check? You know what? Let's say it because I don't know the last time we did an investigation check, and they're fun.
Oh boy, okay, that fell off. Hang on.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Sounds about right. You look as casually as you can, leaning up against walls and trying to not be obvious. Yeah, exactly. You're like Kronk in the Emperor's New Groove.
I'm leaning against a wall going, oh.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, you're not as stealthy as you think you are, but many people definitely peg you and keep you on their radar going forward. So unfortunately, you don't find the individual that you were looking for. Anything else?
No, that was really my own objective until it was about time to head back to the Warfaring Stranger. Also, I would start heading back earlier, than the time it would normally take me to get there because, I get lost easily. So I would
Fair
take
enough.
that time into account.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I left her alone.
The realization washes over you.
Like I'm
Never
opening the
seen
door.
one.
Ah, fuck. Wait, where'd she go?
I will say, in all fairness, it is daylight now. You've been there multiple times. Maybe not from this particular direction. You make it back in enough time. You've got a little bit of extra time. You're ahead of the group. Nagheim.
I'll just wait there.
Sure.
There.
Nagheim.
Yeah, I would head in to the why can't I think of what it's called?
Slayer's Take?
Slayer's Take.
Yep.
Yeah. And just like, is Durant here?
Mondo looks at you.
Thank you. Just move around and
Sure.
head over, knock on the door.
Yeah.
Durant, it's Nagheim, Cult's friend.
Oh, yeah. Come on in. What can I do for you?
And Nagheim will just like open the door but won't go into his office. And he's like, I just wanted to just quickly pass by to let you know. We'll look after him. You won't have to worry. And Nagheim will just kind of like turn and walk away. That's all I wanted to do.
Fair enough.
Ugly cry.
The last thing you catch out of the corner of your eye as you turn to leave is just a from Durant. And that's it.
Cool. Yeah, that's all I'd have. So I'd head back to the inn to get some tea and relax.
There you go. So eventually, everybody collectively meets in the lounge, possibly one last time at the Warfaring Stranger. And it's about that time to go.
Finally, I want to get
Clea?
out of this town.
Say again?
Should we have one last meal here with Clea before we head out?
Well, I think
Yeah.
Mr. Brexis wanted to head out as there was still sunlight out, but we can give Miss Clea our regards.
Maybe we could ask for like quick sandwiches for the road.
Colt just walks over to the kitchen and just like knocks on the door. He's like, Clea, do you have any quick food? We gotta go soon, but we don't want to go without eating something delicious that you've made.
Or are you leaving already?
Unfortunately, yeah, we gotta go, but I mean, we'll be back.
Oh,
We're
fair
just
enough.
going to Westeron.
You just want little nibbly bits, yes?
Oh, that'd be great. Whatever you've got.
Right. Be out there in a jiff.
I'll take
Thank
a
you.
salad.
She unfortunately didn't hear that.
Yeah.
She's quite
But
old.
thankfully, there's a mixture of sandwiches, little finger foods that she comes out with. Some have like slices of thin sliced turkey and everything in there. Some has some meats. One is lettuce, tomato, and a bit of like sauce in there. So it technically is kind of salad-ish, but it does have some bread elements to it. Sorry.
It's fine. We love bread. We love bread here on this channel.
Bread supporters.
Bread and cheese.
So there we are. There's a bit of wax paper here, and just in case you want to wrap it up a bit, and then you can take it on the road with you. Keeps the moisture in.
Oh, Clea, absolutely fantastic. I mean, we'll settle the bill, but he sort of gets down on one knee and just like,
Oh, you're proposing!
will you be Mrs. Cult? He jokes. It's just like, no, actually, really, thank you so much for taking care of us. And I know we can be a bit of a handful, but I really appreciate it.
My
a
dear
great place.
sweet cult. I'm a bit of a handful. You? Not so much.
I think it means a lot to everybody. So,
Ah.
like, come say goodbye. And he gives her a big hug himself.
She gives one back with her little arm. And as soon as she feels
Rose
other arms,
pops
she
in
just
the
kind of...
kitchen.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, so Rose pops in the kitchen and she says, Clea!
Oh, she's out in
And
front
she
with
just
all of you.
goes to Clea.
She
Oh,
came
she's
up
out in the front. I thought we were
Yeah.
still. Oh, okay, sorry.
No, it's all good.
And then she just goes and hug Clea.
I'll say in all fairness, anyone who wants a hug, individually, you get as big of a bear hug as Clea is capable of.
Nighttime will give her like a nice bow. Thank you for the tea.
Well, thank
Bread and
you.
hugs. Bread and hugs, that's what this game's all about.
Honestly.
Sure, we'll get to an adventure sooner or later.
Yeah. Right, so when will I see your lovely faces again?
I feel like
Soon.
some of us have things we need to look for on the road, so maybe the paths will bring us back.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Might be back in a week, not too sure.
Oh, good. I'll try to remember to hold a room for you just in case.
Well, you don't gotta do that.
Wow. Where is
The fights are always hard.
where's the old man?
You mean our
He's talking.
current
They're talking about
em-
Brexis, Mr. Brexis.
employer, Mr.
Mhm.
Brexis?
That's his name. I
Yeah.
forgot his name.
I was going to say, that's very uncharacteristic of Nagam. Where's the
Yeah.
old fucker? Where is he?
I forgot his name.
That's
So,
okay.
Just put his name in the place of old man.
I'll edit that later for you. Yeah. Well, with that, you guys exit the warfaring stranger.
I will hang back for a little moment
For sure.
and wait until everyone's out, and then I'll turn to Clea. I've been like very silent and awkwardly standing off the side as these goodbyes were being made. And I'll kneel down to her. I'll go, Miss Clea, I don't know when I'll be back, but I'd just like to let you know that your hospitality was very appreciated and well needed change for me, and I won't forget you.
She will look to you with her eyes as if, may I?
Mm-hmm.
She'll place a
Crying.
hand. Yeah.
Ari's crying. Viria's just very solemn, but
Yeah.
Ari's like, ah.
She will place her hands on either side of your head and tilt you so that you're forehead to forehead.
Now you listen to me. It's tough to let go of the past. But whatever it is that's holding this bright, beautiful woman I see before me, whatever's holding that person back, let it go. You're with wonderful people, and I know they'll look out for you just as much as you look out for them.
We're gonna take a break for feels.
Oh my god. Y'all. Y'all are too cute.
And she leaves it at that.
I'll just, place my hand on her cheek back and I'll nod and get up and leave.
Damn, y'all, I'm illustrating that. You know I am.
So you all head over and you meet up with Waylon Brexis. What's with this antagonistic music all of a sudden? Fuck.
Ominous.
Discord is
Ominous
just
Waylon.
screwing me every chance it can. There we go. That's better. All right. And yeah, you guys take one last look at Drinna. You head over to where a covered wagon is waiting for you all. You load up. And is there anything anyone wants to say or do before you head out on the road?
Nighttime will look towards the water and just be like, yeah. We'll look at everyone else and be like, I think I belong on dry land.
I mean, you
You
didn't.
should try the jungle.
Have you been to West Run before?
Have not. I, very inexperienced with, this area.
It'll be fun.
Oh, I'm very excited for the stores and the library. I'm also very excited to be able to buy some goddamn fucking pearls.
You've really taken up this swearing thing. Have you always sworn this much? Or are you just opening up to us?
I don't know. I haven't really been around other people than my mother, so. Well, there were a few people in my town. The town? What? But
It's like a gap year. Away from home. Seeing things.
aren't we all?
Shotgun.
Well, none of us are from Drinna, that's for sure. So, shall we?
All right.
I'll sit in the back.
Yeah, that
It
kind
looks
of
comfy.
ramble into the back and take out their book and start writing.
Fair enough.
Drawing
Who
rooms and
is
stuff.
driving?
For some reason in my mind I had it that Waylon was gonna drive, but
You see Waylon
oh,
kind of stumble up to you and he goes,
If you don't mind, I'll stay at the background where it's
Yeah.
closest to the edge of the wagon. On my age, flatulence, it'll clear the room.
I guess, never mind. I will go up front.
sorry, I just saw Fred's
Guys.
face.
Someone's gonna have to be giving directions or driving,
Mm-hmm.
or both. So
How good are you with horses, like carriage wise?
Good with horses. I can drive.
Can you drive? I think I don't. I'm all right, but I'm better riding than I am carriaging.
Well, Rose can drive, and I'm sure if Nagheim has studying or reading to do, they can do that in the back.
Well, someone's gotta give directions.
Well, yeah, that won't be me,
Just-
that's for sure. So
Just tell me where on a compass we need to go, and I'll point us that way.
Colt is already sitting shotgun. We can't be 3 on this bench, and someone's got to drive. So
Well, I just wanted to keep my eyes out. But I can sit behind the bench.
Either way.
I just look at the two of them and like, well, you guys figure it out. And I just sit on the driver's seat and I get the things ready, adjust the lane.
Do we have a map? Because like,
I would say that's kind of part of the deal with whatever whatever way you all came here. Someone's got to have a map.
Yeah, it's all well and good, but like we're so used to like Google Maps and having maps at our fingertips.
Yeah.
But in medieval fantasy world, you don't know what's over the next hill.
This is
And
true.
it could be anything. So
Yeah.
I
will say
I'm okay with direction in game.
Yeah, I will say
Not
if
in
you look
real
at
life.
Roll20, there's the map there. And if you can find Drinna on the eastern shore, you can kind of scroll in and you'll see that the road will take you a little bit northwest.
Trust fields.
Yeah. And then a little south and then into the eastern entrance to Western.
yeah, so we stopped by Turst Fields before we hit Western.
Now, Waylon
Solid
will
parchment
mention
way.
just off the cuff, like when you guys are mapping it out a little bit and you mention Turst Fields, he does mention that if you can see... Oh, shoot. I'm on the wrong pointer thing. There we go. Nope, that's the wrong thing again. There. Can you see that?
Yep.
Right there, he says there's a cutaway, almost like an off-ramp, one could say. So you don't have to go all the way into Turst Fields and back again, because that'll shave off about 40 kilometers from your trip.
Okay.
So what would have been about 6 days, if you take that shortcut, maybe 5. Depending on how fast you guys ride and how hard you push the horses.
Oh. I have it written down. It takes 3 days.
Oh,
And so I
No.
only bought enough for 4 days.
oh,
We can
I'll
run-
assume that you did the right thing. It's okay.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not gonna be that guy.
All right.
All right.
Marvelous. Okay,
So
Colt-
Rose is driving, Nagheim is navigating, and Colt, you're on lookout duty?
Yeah, he's just sort of. I mean, he's a restless sort anyway, so he'll be like walking around the carriage,
Mhm.
and just he goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Eyes out back, eyes out front. Gives Nagheim the map. And
And
just
Veer?
remember,
Y-
you just got to take a left. That's one of these, right? Correct? Left, right, correct? This way. Anyhow, you know which way to go. Follow the map.
Yes.
All right. Veeri, what are you doing?
I just sit out back at the back of the wagon where there's like the opening because there's
Mhm.
like the covering thingy, and I just keep an eye out on the road behind us just to make sure we're not ambushed from the back.
Good idea. All right. Well, if you look into Roll20, you will see an idea of what the landscape kind of looks like.
Oh.
And as you see Drinna fading off in the back, as you make your way north, you're met with rolling hills of tall grass that move with the will of the wind. Sporadic side roads that travel to small villages off the beaten path. Petals from roadside flowers kick up as the cart moves ever onward. They float by in the air between the blue of the sky and the green of the earth. And being so close to the water these past few days and encamped within a city and the mix of sweet and stench that go hand in hand, It's a welcome change to breathe in the pure air of the open world. Now, you go for about 4 hours before the sun starts to fall behind the horizon. And Waylon Brexis pipes up and he says,
I do believe, if you look ahead on the right, no, your other right, yes, there you go, there's a farmstead over there. We could inquire if it would be all right if we had our wagon off the road and on a premises on a farmland, less likely for people to come along and try and, accost us in such a way. It's worth inquiring at the very least if everyone is, yes.
I agree with Mr. Brexis. That's a very shrewd point.
Good.
Do you know these farmers?
No, I've only met a handful of individuals in Drinna on my travels, but kindness of strangers, as you do on the road. And yes, it is a saying. Don't debate me on this.
Well,
Absolutely.
all right. So you
That
guys,
time you seem unsure.
what gave it away?
I heard you grumbling. It's louder than anything in this carriage, except for Mr. Brexis sometimes.
I assumed my face was a bit louder, but yes.
that got Ari?
Because I was thinking that exact thing when Chuck said, except for Mr. Brexis, I was like, what, does he fart or something?
Oh, he made it very apparent that he is very gassy.
Mhm.
He is rotten in the tumbly.
Reverse flatulence.
Yeah. All right. So after a bit more, you come up to the road that leads down to a small, humble kind of farm. You can see that there's a fence that pens in larger than usual beasts. You almost thought they were cows until you get up close, and they don't have the usual spots or anything. And as you get up close, you're almost like, oh wait, are these bulls? Because they are large, and you can see they don't have like any kind of like, you know how there is kind of like a fur element to like the skin of a cow? None of that is there. It's almost as if it's just muscle. And these things look like they've been doing the steroids for quite a long time. And they are much taller beasts than usual. Anybody who wants to make a nature check?
I would like to make one.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yep.
I can assist
Okay.
if someone wants to take advantage.
Yeah, I can lend my assistance, but I'm not gonna roll for it because that's a shit stat for me.
Okay. So I'll say.
That's a shit stat for me too. Look at that. 15.
Oh, that's an 18. And Colt, were you rolling as well?
No, I was going to give someone advantage.
Okay, so both of you roll again. We'll take the higher of all the numbers here. Because rolling's fun.
Mm-hmm.
They see me rolling.
Well, Nagheim,
Again.
I'll say because you may have passed by this way before and your curious nature got the best of you, you know these to be called plains cows. And they're not necessarily magical, but they produce a lot more for farmers than just your typical cow. And they seem to be local, meaning at any other part of the continent, you probably wouldn't find them. Maybe it has something to do with the facts that you learned about the waters around this area. Maybe not. Who knows? But these some beefy beef. Hey, they're beef.
Burgers for days.
Yeah. And as you look around, you realize that you lost one of your party members to the bathroom. So
Yeah, we lost video on Fred.
that's okay. I think she bowed out for a quick second.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, there she is.
Get
All right.
me. What's up?
Oh, yes, it is blanket time. Nice. So as you guys pull into this farmstead, you see the plains cows, and you see working out front two individuals. One is an elderly gentleman with very short trimmed white grayish hair on the sides with kind of a farmer's cap kind of pulled over tight over his tiny little beady eyes. And then you see a younger person as well working away, I guess chopping wood, we'll say. But the older gentleman comes over and kind of waves to you as you drive up the cart. What would you guys like to
Hail
do?
and well met, good farmer. And Colt's gonna get off it and sort of stride up and stops about 10 feet away and goes, "Hi, we're just traveling on your road here, and we were just hoping to stop for the night. And if it would be permitted, and we of course would reimburse you for your time or for your permissions, if we could just park near your farm for a rest."
Well, I'd say you could park out the back if that's all right. I don't mind you on my property or anything like that, but you can keep your gold. That's fine with me. Maybe we can work out a deal.
Deal?
Yes.
Perhaps we will be heading out tomorrow morning quite early.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
What's your name, good sir?
That's my manners. I'm so sorry. My name is Stig.
Stig. My name is Colt.
Good to meet you.
He closes the distance and like gives a proper handshake.
Yeah, the man, he's wearing like essentially overalls. He kind of like, very nice.
Hey, we can park around the back, everyone.
Yes.
Rose, if you want to follow me. And Colt leads her. It's his little airplane things.
Yeah. And as you're doing that, he's walking beside you and he's kind of watching you do all this fancy, baton work. And he kind of says to you,
No, I'm holding the reins.
"No, I know you are, but Cult."
Oh, okay.
You're
I have
doing
my
great.
My little airplane highlighters.
And well, I can't let you stay in the farm. You might disturb the animals.
And they're fine animals as well.
Thank you. That's kind of you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. But if you wouldn't mind, I'll let you stay out back here. I'd ask that if you're going to have a fire at night, just make sure put rocks around it so you don't spoil the land or anything.
Safety first.
Quite right. But you, if you don't mind my saying, you look the rough and tumble sort. Is that correct?
Well, thank you for noticing. We're definitely adventurers out on an adventure. This isn't a very exciting adventure. It's just a little bit of an escort. We're just
It's
going to Westrum.
And you're in farmland. It's not that exciting either. But I will say that we've had. How do I put this? There have been people coming by on horses at night. And they've been disturbing some of the animals. I don't rightly know why, but if you're back here, I would ask that you just keep your eyes out during the night. Maybe have a guard or something.
We were gonna organize.
Jesus Christ! You scared the shit out of me.
She's just been standing there.
Right behind him.
Yeah. No, we were going to arrange for watches. So surely in exchange for your hospitality, we can keep an eye out.
Oh, thank
for
you.
These mysterious riders.
Thank you.
Anything else we should be weary of?
Yes.
And he looks at each of you sternly and says,
I'll not have any of you corrupting my young grandson with your adventurous libidos and all that.
I
Wasn't planning on talking to him, so.
didn't know
Settles
you
it.
had a grandson.
and out from beside you, you hear this booming voice go, "Grandfather, may I wash before dinner?" And you see this gentleman splash himself with water, and he does that whole like kind of thing, and his wet white shirt contours to his body, showing off big rippling pecs and shoulders with deltoids and dents and shit, and like abs and everything. He's like, oh, it's been such a hard day's labor.
That's not what I was picturing at all.
I respond, rest assured, I think our party is full.
It's just unblinkingly like,
Same.
Yeah.
Her expression not changing, but she's just staring straight at the guy like,
Yeah.
what?
yeah,
Meghan's like-
unashamedly.
Negheim's just like, oh god, another Jonathan.
Rose is rolling her eyes, just like,
And
Party.
so Stig
Yeah.
notices this. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. Don't be
Right.
looking at my grandson with your lustful looks there. I'm letting
I
you stay
mean-
on my land for free.
Absolutely.
Don't be getting any ideas over there. And you again
No
hear the
worries.
grandson like, grandfather, is this the only milk we have? And he just sips it and it kind of pours down the side of his mouth. And he goes, ah, and he wipes it away with the back of his hand.
Well, has to lean on something.
I mean, Viria's right next to you, so.
Paul leans on Miria and then, like, forces his hat over his eyes.
As long as we have an understanding, you can stay here. And I will appreciate the help, looking out for whatever trouble may be
Yes,
brewing at
yes.
night.
What consists of messing with the animals, like tipping them over?
Well, no. As far as I remember, they just keep their distance. But it's just, I don't know, spooky in a way. We've seen them, and
Sometimes
we
it is
just don't
spooky.
want any trouble to actually happen. And I figure with a group such as yourselves looking out, maybe they'll bugger off,
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out. I've got a big sword after all, and Colt's got 3.
And daggers
She's
as
got
well.
she's got an axe, and Nagheim
a cane.
has a cane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
So
can crush you with a thought.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that too.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to my business now. I guess I'll see you in the morning, as it were. And he turns to walk away and he goes, Grandfather, what are we going to do with the new litter of puppies? And you see 3 puppies. They're like baby beagles. One's like passed out in the crook of his arm. Another one's kind of nestling up between his clavage. And the last one is kind of nibbling on the guy's thumb. And he's like, they're so adorable. And he walks away with this litter of puppies.
Viria's
Stop.
gaze lowers from the grandson to the puppies,
Babe.
and there's like a little like softening there. She's like, "Oh, puppy."
we have to save those puppies.
We have to save those puppies. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd
So
have to
my notes read farmer's grandson is an absolute hoe. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
He's a
That
himbo,
sounds
and I'm
very
looking for it.
your notes are always very accurate, so
They are.
yeah.
Well, I suppose I could wrestle him to the ground to get those puppies away from him.
Let's focus on setting up camp and ranging
Yes.
watches. Then we'll see about
No.
the puppies.
I was
With your
thinking.
Maybe we
of-
shouldn't talk about starting fights in front of Mr. Brexis.
Hmm?
Said,
Oh.
Rose whispers, and she says, maybe we shouldn't talk about starting fights
Well, we
or
want
trouble
we
in front of Mr. Brexis.
We
So I
weren't
wasn't
going to
talking
start
about
a
fighting.
fight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
No.
I'll go get some rocks then.
I believe we should do. You two can sleep, and Rose and I can handle the watch since we each
We
only
don't need sleep.
meditate for 4 hours. So one person can take the first 2, the other can take the last 2.
Rose pretends to flip her hair, and she goes, "It's an Alvin thing."
And you have no hair.
Well, I still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still. Oh. Oh, okay. Because I still need eight hours. Did I get the math wrong there? Was I not paying attention?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to yourself?
I'm talking. I'm talking as my character.
Gotcha.
Well, it depends,
yeah.
Paul. Do you
Zoned out
meditate?
for a second.
Well,
No,
yeah.
I can't. I'm only half
So,
elf.
one of us will meditate for the first 4 hours while the other stays up and keeps watch. And then after that 4 hours
Oh.
is done, we'll switch. So that's 8. 4 and 4.
I realize it's how long you meditate for, but it seems unfair. But thank you. I
Well,
appreciate
maybe
that.
you can do it too. Maybe you just need to practice meditating, and then you can also do it since you're part elf.
Don't know if it's never really worked for me and my family that way.
I'll teach you
Mom-
some
Mom
meditating. If anything,
Mom tried,
it'll make you
but
more zen.
not
Not that it makes me more zen, but you know, it can help.
I think you're pretty zen. I think you've got a real good zen. What does zen mean?
Calm,
That a
Calm, I think.
collectiveness.
oh
The opposite of Rose.
yeah. Your words, not mine.
It's okay. It's okay. I know.
You're jovial. You're fun. There you go. I think there's some rocks by the house, closer to the house.
Keep it in your pants.
So I'm gonna go get them. I
Be careful.
intend to do nothing. I will be careful to not pick up too heavy. Bye. Just
Oh. Oh no, that's trouble, eh?
rogues gotta rogue.
All right. So what's
No,
everybody
no.
doing?
Oh,
Rose is
I'm-
helping setting up tents and sleeping area.
Okay.
I'm quickly running to the bathroom.
Okay. Which kind of sucks because I was going to do a thing with her, but that's fine. That's fine.
No, I'm back.
I was just fucking with you. Go to the bathroom. No, I was serious.
Oh my god.
Oh, totally worth it. Okay, the rest of you, what are you doing?
Helping set up to the best of my noodle arm abilities.
Fair enough.
Also helping with the preparations, but also I'd also like take a walk around to like get a good idea of like the premises
Mhm.
of the farm.
Okay. So when you go around the back, you can see that the fence kind of goes off to the left. My left, not your left. And at the end of it, there is a barn that is closed and locked off. There's the farmhouse, which is on the right-hand side. And to the rear of it is kind of a hill that crests up. So it's almost like they could let the animals loose and they can run around all that kind of area. And you can see like some areas where the ground is kind of chewed up and there's a few rocks and everything like that. But it kind of goes up past the horizon so you can see where the setting sun is, and you know by relation where the moon is going to come up. The moon will probably come up behind this hill. So if that gives you a good idea. Is there anything else in particular you're looking for? That came out sounding so weird.
No, that's okay. There's only one road like coming in here, like the one we came up from, or is there another kind of, because the Stig mentioned riders, so I assume they would be riding up the road we came up. If there's no other.
He didn't really mention from which direction they would come, unfortunately. He just said people have noticed riders.
Okay.
So it could be from any direction. Not to freak you guys out, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so I just take a walk around, try to see where's what's where. What's where. Anyway.
I get you.
Yeah, if I find any rocks for the fire pit, I would also pick them up and bring them back with me.
Okay. All right. So, Cult, now that you are back from the lavatory, what are you doing?
Hmm.
I'll say this. Everybody seems to be helping out. Viri is scoping out the joint. Nagheim and Rose are helping set up for the most part. Waylon Brexis is napping. What do you want to do?
He's gonna try and get some relatively good-sized stones,
Mm-hmm.
but he also might be trying to glimpse a little bit more of that that man.
Oh, not what I thought you were going to say, but okay.
Really, not really intending on anything, but he's a young
The
man.
one rule.
Doesn't intend to break it. It's all about he doesn't intend to do anything. He's just like, I may not order, but I'm gonna look at the menu.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But he's just like, oh, here's a good rock. Wow, look at that rock.
Yeah. You hear, which is the sound of chopping wood, apparently.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
That's-
that guy is into some nice stuff.
that's a mystery.
Let's
What's
go with
sound?
that. He is whipping the animals into shape so that they head into the pen. There you go. And so as you look, you hear that, and you're like, oh.
No.
Yes.
For shame.
Oh, don't you
And just
touch me.
because I want to have my fun. What the fuck would I call this? You know what? I hear myself, and I swear to God, guys, I am making up for every lost opportunity to curse on my other stream that I am cursing like a madman on this one.
Oh, we have adult language. It's
Yeah.
completely acceptable.
What is your... Yeah, let's do it this way. What is your passive perception? Cult.
Ooh, it ain't good. It is 11.
Okay. So, as night rolls around, who is taking first watch?
One of those two.
Rose? Okay.
Oh, I guess we don't have to take watches.
You guys get to just relax and sleep.
Oh, I love having two elves.
Naghamati saying that as they kind of sit up against the wheel of the cart and just cross their legs and put the book down in front of them. Albert will kind of like fly down and curl up on their lap, and Nagham will just close their eyes and gone.
Okay.
Well, not
Rose is
actually.
sitting by the fire and keeping watch. Her axe in one hand, and Owl is just chilling on her shoulder, just snuggling and kind of like cuddling, but also like falling asleep.
You had a
kinda
lot of sugar today.
You know,
Yep.
yeah, and you know, like when cats become sort of like half liquid and they become like a scarf around you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Owl is doing right now.
I think Ari was just looking for
As
her
a-
scarf.
I'm like, where's
No,
my
no.
scarf? She's hiding somewhere.
Maybe if I describe it, we can make it happen. You know.
There you go. Just keep speaking the name of the cat, and it shall appear.
Yay.
So yeah, and she's paying very good attention to the surroundings.
Okay.
Colt takes way too long to get comfortable in the cart.
Hmm.
Doesn't seem like he's like sleeping on a wood.
I will say, the first time you lay down to rest, you're kind of stabbed in the side a little bit with the cross section of a newfound sword that you have.
Oh, right. Oh, I was gonna adjust this. Completely forgot. He takes it out and he goes, well, it's dark. It'll look really interesting. and he's sort of I'm imagining him sort of bedded down at the front of the cart,
Mhm.
and so he's just gonna sort of scamper out and like sit on the front. I don't know where Rose is.
Close by.
Close by. Okay. He's just gonna sit on the front and like draw the sword out.
Mhm.
And take a look at it in the moonlight.
Rose will say, "Pretty."
It's new. And he takes sort of like a fencing stance and like using the seat sort of as a balance beam. Does just like a couple like quick moves with it just to check the balance and just like flourish it around.
Make an
And
attack roll.
Oh no.
My regular short sword, I'll just do, I suppose.
Yep. If you do that, just add a plus one to it. Words are hard.
That's a two. It was a 2 on the dice. So it's actually a 9 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't quite have the balance for it. And something about that frustrates you enough that you want to keep going, and you just give it a little more time than you normally would. Do
Yeah.
one more roll. And yeah.
Do I recognize the sword or anything about the sword, given that it's elven?
Oh, it's not elven.
Oh, it's not elven. Okay, I
Nope.
thought it was elven.
Cult's regular swords are elvish. Or
Oh,
elven.
okay.
So that's technically an 18.
Okay. You start to get a bit of a feel for it. The balance is there now. And as you try a few maneuvers and everything, it's feeling more like your usual thing, but something about it just, I don't know. You don't feel anything too special about it. And if I may,
Oh yeah, by all means.
if I may, you kind of sit by the fire for a little bit and just contemplate it for a little while. Just let me look here. Oh, actually. Okay. As you're sitting there and you're contemplating the weapon, you're looking at its make. It's not platinum by any means. I mean, it just looks like a normal steel sword that you would kind of swivel around. That light sure is nice. And then it hits you after about an hour. You don't realize how long you've been looking at this. You get a little inspired. And you stand back up again. And you take a few more swings. And as you go to lunge forward in like a grand sweeping kind of motion, you trip. And you stumble. And as you stumble, a voice comes through to you.
Watch my hands.
Motherfucker.
You pick yourself back up. You look around. Rose is there. She's half awake, half asleep, you know, kind of fighting that. Owl is constantly like picking up her chin to kind of wake her up again. You look for Sexy Boy. He's nowhere to be seen. You watch your hands. You take another shot at it. And you're like, wait. You need a target. You need something. You look around. You go off in the darkness. You can see, so you're making your way around, and you see a tree. That'll have to do. You prep yourself. Your feet swish around in a half circle. You go to stab. And as what would have been a natural 20 crit, you hear,
That's my boy.
and your normal attack hits for the 1d6. But the blade shimmers in such a way that it strikes an additional time for an additional 1d8 magic slashing damage.
What?
If you
You're
look
gonna
in
send
your
me 8
inventory,
goblins.
you will have
Inventory?
the Mentor's Hand short sword.
Oh,
So
shit.
fucking
That
hell.
is cute.
That's, oh my god, I don't see it. Let's go to all. I can't see.
It should be under equipment.
Equipment. No, but we'll figure it
We'll
out.
get it.
But oh
We'll
my
get
god,
it.
I'm so excited. After Colt like discovers this, he's just like looking at the sword. He goes, "Durant? Okay, so he's not in there. Whoa! I've got to try other." So, just like for, does it? Oh, I'm so excited. I
Words?
can't think. I can't think of words. I want to know all the details, but I'll wait. I'll wait till it like pops up.
Do you guys want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. This weapon contains the wisdom of a master swordsman, eager to pass on his finer techniques. You gain +1 bonus attack to damage rolls and attack rolls. It has the following additional properties. Watch my hands. When you roll a natural 1 on an attack with this weapon, ethereal hands readjust your stance, and the voice of the master imparts wisdom, granting you advantage on your next weapon attack with it before the end of your next turn. Also, student and master. When you roll a natural 20 on an attack with this weapon, a spectral sword strikes in tandem with your own, causing the attack to deal an additional 1d8 magic slashing damage. The master's voice will reflect his pride in the student.
Oh my god, this
That's
is like
so cool.
my Ghosts of Tsushima dreams like coming true. Oh my god, I'm like,
Dad
oh
sword.
my
Dad
gosh.
sword. Dad
Dad
sword.
sword. Dad sword.
Holy
love.
shit, that's so cool. Oh my god, that's so cool. Yes. He stays up and just messes around. He tries with one of his regular swords. He tries dual stance.
Mhm.
He just like is having the time of his life with this, experimenting with this thing. Probably to the point where like he should really go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, you're a kid on Christmas who like woke up
Oh,
early to get Santa's presents and you're freaking out.
Absolutely. He
You're
might
Nintendo
not
until
even-
like 3 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna say he's probably not gonna get enough sleep
Okay.
for a long rest. This is too exciting.
No,
and
that's
he's
fair
too
enough.
into it.
So,
Alright.
in all fairness, I will say point of exhaustion for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So, any ability checks that you make on the road going forward will be at disadvantage.
Fair enough.
All right.
Um,
Worth it.
hey, there you are.
I'm sorry I kind of force fed that scene, but I was like, oh, I want her to know the present.
Don't even. I love that. I was like
beautiful.
betting down. It's like, and you feel that thing in your hip, and I'm like, no, that's not force feeding. That's a good guide.
Okay.
Oh, and even as
That's
like a witness to this, this was like impeccable.
Nice.
That's
So
a good.
don't worry
That's a
about
good
it.
scene. I enjoyed
Cool,
it.
cool, cool. All right.
I got a new fucking sword.
Rose. As you're sipping away on your lovely beverage of choice this evening, can you make
Water.
a perception check for me, please? Oh God, I want another Pepsi.
You said perception, right?
Please.
I am feeling perceptive tonight. Dirty 20.
Amazing. I love all of you. In the middle of the night, you're slowly starting to fade a little bit. And you feel that cold little nudge right underneath the chin from Owl. And you give a few scritches. And you look out over the horizon. The stars are just all across the sky right now. A few gaps here and there because the clouds overhead are kind of obscuring it a little bit. And you see one of the two moons is already in the sky, but the second, the larger, is cresting over the hillside in the back of the farm. And just as you're about to get into that contemplative mindset, you blink and you rub your eyes a little bit and you look. Is that a figure? You see someone slowly coming up the back of the hill. The moonlight casting a silhouette. You can't make out their features, but this is a very tall individual, possibly on horseback. Do you do anything?
Do we have like a torch or a lamp or something?
There's still the fire between all of you. So your party is pretty much aglow, aside from anyone who's in the carriage, I believe? I forget who's in there. I'm sorry. One cult. Cult, I'll say probably by this
Cult.
time you just wound down for the night.
Yeah, he's in the carriage.
In the carriage. Nagheim?
Nagheim is meditating on one of the wheels.
On
like,
one of the wheels.
Against the wheel for back support.
Okay. And Waylon Brexis is hogging two of the sleeping cocoons.
Okay, so Rose is gonna I imagine we have like some wood next close to the fire to like replenish the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's gonna take a few of those logs and put them in the fire, but like make a bit of noise, be like,
You see some of the
There are
embers
people
kind
here?
of blossom up.
yeah. So make the fire a little bit bigger,
Mhm.
and she's gonna grab her axe and turn to wherever the figure is coming from, and just face it and see what it does next.
Okay.
Try to determine if it's friend or foe.
The figure seems to turn slightly. And as it looks back towards you, 2, 5, 8 more people come up to the horizon. They're just looking, you think, in your direction, at least in the direction of the farm.
I'm gonna say Nagaheim. Now I'm speaking Elvish right now. I'm gonna say
Mhm.
like, I think we've got company.
Wow.
That-
With that,
not-
Nagheim is just going to light up 4 globules
Okay.
and just around the cart. 2 around the cart and then 2 on the other side of the fire. And they're gonna start making a waving motion. The globules will start moving back and forth.
Okay.
Like just like a little waving motion while they look up.
You notice the first figure that you saw, Rose.
How far
What
away are
does
they?
that mean?
It's a wave.
They would be about, I'd say, 2 to 250 feet away from you.
Fuck. Wait, how much? Yeah, fuck. Wait,
Nagaheim, should I just ask them if they're friend or foe? Like yell?
they're a little
I just ask them
far.
what their business
Oh.
is.
I have a quieter way to do it. I kind of like slowly get out.
Should I wake the others?
You can wake them, and I'm gonna
Okay.
walk about 120 feet out.
You see
So-
the main
And you,
figure walk towards you to meet you halfway.
As I say, as they do, I'll bring the cane. I'll kind of like pick the cane up and talk into it and be like, "Can we help you?" And I'll send a message when he's about 120 feet away.
In what language?
I'm gonna try Undercommon first.
Okay. You see the figure pause. And cautiously keep moving towards you.
I will send. I will do it in Elvish.
Okay. And they can respond?
Yep.
You can reply to this message.
Here's the message and can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
Okay. You hear in response.
What is this magic?
Communication.
Sorry.
You wish to speak.
I wish to know why you are here.
What do they call you?
An elf.
I know elf.
And they will walk casually towards you. And as they get into... Is there a light source around you? I'm sorry.
My globules.
The
They're
globules.
around you, or are they around the
I
cart?
would move them up.
All right.
They have to move up with me because of the distance.
All right. So, as this figure enters the light, you start to see the outline. A large outline. The torso of a man with half-shaved head, long locks over one side, deep, large, black eyes, long features in the nose and the jaw. A muscular torso has not hair, almost fur. Strong arms that have tribal markings all along them. But from the waist down is that of a horse. And as they come striding up to you, they look down.
Elf.
Centaur. Ah.
They call me Ariel.
My name is Nagheim.
Nagheim. It is not often that we are not attacked on sight. It is appreciated.
Oh, I have the same feeling every time I walk into somewhere.
We understand each other.
Sadly, really. But yes, we do.
You
Anytime
ask of
we'll
me
do a
my
little
business.
Yeah. Yes.
We are looking for one of our brethren.
And you think he's here?
We do not know. We patrol these lands whenever the harvest close is near. Spirits haunt the lands. And as we patrol, one of our own goes missing. This cannot be overlooked. So,
Insight check.
Go for it.
Oh, it's cool.
I'm gonna use one of my inspirations. Much better.
Nice.
Do me a favor, just a quick favor. Also, roll me a history check.
Oh no.
I'm using my other inspiration.
Go for it. Because that was a
Dirty
natural
20.
one, wasn't it?
Yes, that was.
Oh, good lord. Well, this is
I
much
now
better.
have no
From-
inspiration left.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Trust me, you're probably going to get another one. Embarrassing as it is to say that. You know from your studies, from your mother, the little you know about centaurs is that rarely are they perceived as evil creatures. Rarely are they capable of lying. And with your insight check, this all but confirms it.
Yeah. Where did you lose him?
We parted ways to cover more ground. That may have been our folly. We only know that it was in the region here. But we do not know exactly where.
Explains why you don't do anything, just watch.
Action without reason is unwise.
Very true. I know it's been said, I believe it's been you've been around this farm specifically multiple times.
We traversed the land multiple times in case something was missed. But there is something is amiss. I cannot put my finger on it.
With the farm?
Possibly.
It could be their freaky cows. All muscle.
The large ones. Cows.
Yeah. Cows. But, it might be harder for someone of your size to take a peek around, but I think I have, the right person for the job for a little, recon.
What is
You
this
want-
recon?
Well, Meghan will look back at the farm, you don't really fit through those doors, but I happen to know a half-orc who's able to be stealthy when it's needed. Maybe we can take a peek around for you.
It would be appreciated. But not at the risk of your own lives.
Oh, dear.
I am a centaur. I am no deer.
Walked into that one. But I do not think I need to worry about myself. I'll just create a bit of fire in my hands. A little bit of a rash will appear under, though. It's I think I'll be fine. We'll be fine. So, plus, if it goes the way I think it will, he'll be in and out. And no one will be the wiser. Unless we find something suspicious in there, and then we might have to destroy the place to get him out. But that's beside the point.
If you find this suspicious, me. We will risk this danger.
We'll see, I guess, what there's time for.
He nods, and he slowly makes his way back amongst the herd that is on the crest of the hill. What would you like to do?
Holy shit, you guys!
Um,
Uh,
So Rose went to wake up people, but as she was about to wake up Viri and Called, she turned around and she noticed that Nagaheim, from afar, everything seemed to be okay. So she did not wake up Viri and Called. 'Cause
as,
y'all need your sleep, you know.
as I get close, I will just send a message to Rose and be like, "Is everyone up? We have some fun."
No, I didn't. I didn't wake them up because it looked like you hadn't. You looked like you got it, so I didn't want to wake them up because they need their sleep, you know.
Well, we're about to disrupt it.
Oh, what's up?
I guess probably by that time I won't need message anymore.
Yeah.
And so you catch me up on everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
No.
Nagheim will just kind of like knock on the cart and be like, "Wakey, wakey."
Don't wake
Eggs
up,
and bacon.
Mr. Bexis.
He's old, it's fine.
Careful,
he'll
don't
fall
wake up
back
Mr.
asleep.
Bexis.
God damn.
Oh, I just fell off. Boy, what do you want?
You know, I just gotta say, like, out of all of us here, Ari was the last person I thought would break on a fart joke, but you know, I'm learning something new about everybody.
We like fart humor.
And that makes me so much more comfortable. Let me tell you.
I'm
Dick
12.
Farts. It all
Yes.
sounds
They're
good.
all 12.
Continue. I didn't mean to disrupt.
Nagheim will kind of catch everyone up,
Mm-hmm.
leaving out the details that aren't necessary because it's like I'm not gonna be like, yeah, they went and looked everywhere multiple times. It's like they're looking for their lost brother.
Okay,
They think the farm
so
is suspicious.
not riders, centaurs. Cool.
Yeah.
A centaur, which is what again? I must have heard
Half-
about this. Can
Make
I
an
roll a history
intelligence
check?
roll, cult.
An intelligence roll?
Oh, yeah.
Okey-dokey.
Because
You're more
you may know,
intelligent
but
than
you
I am,
are
aren't
half
you?
awake and you are like, just,
Yeah.
you stayed up way past your bedtime.
Fair play. And does it automatically add my exhaustion stuff to stuff?
That's ability checks. This is an intelligence saving throw. I don't think that's the same. So
It's
you're
a
good.
big 12.
Yeah,
It's
12.
a big 12.
I'd say if you were ever told about centaurs, it's rattling in there somewhere. You're just a bit foggy right now.
Yeah, it's like, I thought that was made up-y. I guess not.
Fey creatures, magical, half humanoid, half horse,
Oh,
real
yeah.
tall.
Real tall.
They're known for being really good people.
I made Jason yawn.
Fuck you.
Sorry. Getting into the role.
I know,
Okay,
and it's so authentic.
Ugh. Colt like swaps out one of his regular swords for his new sword and just like puts it aside. He's like, anybody, you can use it, whatever. So
I'll
what
put
am
it
I
on you.
doing?
I believe you are the
Yeah.
stealthiest of us all.
Yeah.
You look tired. Bolt. Are you okay?
No, I'm up. I was just swinging my new sword around. It's really fun, you guys. I can't wait to show you. But now's not the time. So I'm just, is there like a stable or like a barn?
My idea was you look in, we have 2 others for watch, and I would assume Viri would probably also look around outside. Or easier
I
to
can
be
do
quiet.
that, yeah.
I'm rather good at being perceptive, so I can help keep an eye and a watch outside.
And I'm just looking for something out of the ordinary. Like, I'm not
Yep.
looking for a centaur. Because if
Possibly,
they had
or
one, I doubt it would fit in the house. If they're as big as you say they are.
it depends, because if it's held captive, it might not have a lot of space.
Well, this farm has a barn. You could check there. There would be enough space in there to hold a centaur, so.
Well, I can leave the outside barn to you, and I'll take a look at the house
Hmm.
if that's fair.
Yeah,
Split the workload.
it's probably
Split
better
the
if you're
party.
quiet in the house. Yeah,
Well-
we're splitting the party yet again. We're geniuses.
We're very economical with our time.
Well, there is 4 of you.
Yeah.
So I will say Viri's going to the barn, correct?
Mhm.
Cult, you're checking the house. Nagheim, you are being perceptive.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out. Like, I'm gonna try to stay in between where the two are.
Sure.
So if I see one thing from one, I can send the message to the other, or
Okay.
and I'm also
And-
keeping an
That's a
eye
good idea.
out.
And
Just-
Rose is what?
I'm gonna go with Cult.
Okay.
Cult, if you get caught inside, things can go bad really quickly. I think I should go with you.
I mean, I was okay. Actually, that's a good idea because I wouldn't want to be caught short-handed. But you got to be quiet,
I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
just like when
promise.
we're on the island. So, Cult.
Should I leave my axe here and just bring a dagger with me?
Nah,
It's quite bulky.
I mean, I was gonna go inside. I was gonna hope you stay outside and. Oh well, maybe we don't have to go inside at all. Can I take a look at how the house is built? What I'm looking for basically is those big cellar doors
Mhm.
that you see sort of like in anywhere in Kansas.
Oh,
in a
I know what you're
film,
talking
they
about.
always have
Yeah.
those. Looking for main floor windows. Is there a second floor? How high is the roof? Is the roof climbable? Is there skylight? All that kind of stuff.
How about we start with cellar door first?
I'll run down the whole list for you.
Yeah, here we go. All right, make an investigation check.
Investigation.
Yes, no. And it's a
Oh my
disadvantage.
god!
Well, no, I guess it's not a
Oh,
disadvantage yet because you haven't
disadvantage?
really slept yet.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna
yeah,
wait with
right?
this. I'm gonna wait with this. Yeah, it's when you wake up. Whenever you wake up in the morning, that's when it'll kick in. There you go.
7 o'clock or something, or 6.
And oh shit, that's a natural 20, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Go look it up.
I'll say this just to save time. You scope out this place. You know there is a cellar door. You know there are 2 ways into this house proper, one to the back kitchen, one to the front living space. You know that there is a second floor, presumably where the bedrooms are. There are 2 windows on the back side, 2 windows on the front, both top and bottom floor. There is a chimney, not large enough for a human. Other than that, there's a little bit of manure in the air. The plains cows are scattered about in there. Even though you weren't looking over there, you fucking know it now. And yeah. So which way would you like to tackle this? I will say that pretty much all entrances are currently locked.
Okay. I'm gonna start at the bottom, work my way up.
What bottom?
Cellar.
Okay. I will say, in order to get through there, you're going to have to pick the lock.
Which I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've got thieves' tools. There they are. When I was DMing, I never quite knew what to do for lock picking. Is that a sleight of hand or just a dexterity check?
You're proficient in it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So sleight of hand would be more so. I'd say sleight of hand is more like slipping through things, pickpocketing. Yeah. Thank you, Rose. This would be your dexterity plus your proficiency bonus.
So. Oh no, I'm. What abilities?
Roll Dex and add your proficiency.
So I think at this
Okay.
level it's 2, correct?
Well, I have a saving throw modifier. That's not the same thing. Dex.
No.
Here we go. Sorry, my bad.
No, that's all good.
No, I got it. Oh no! I would like to use one of my inspiration, please.
Oh, hells yes.
Yes. Mm,
In this one encounter.
All of them.
much better. Oh my.
That's
God.
our rogue. That's
That
our
would've been
rogue.
Bad. Okay, so I'm down to 2 inspiration.
You get in there and you fiddle around just a little bit and you're like, oh Jesus, if I go and whoever Jesus is in this fantasy game.
I can't even remember my god.
Yeah. My gods.
Hi Mora. Oh god. Oh, hi Mora.
Yeah. You get in there and you feel enough of a give. You're like, oh, if I go any further, that's going to break. And you just kind of, wait a minute, is it the other way? Pink, and it comes right off. So that kind of turnstile, you know, the kind that kind of like you switch and then you put the rusty key in there and then you switch it and then it, like that.
Mhm.
That's what this guy is. So you get that off, the chains come loose, you can enter in the cellar.
All right. Stealthily.
Mm-hmm.
Rose, can you wait out here for just a few seconds?
I'll watch the door for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I
Make a stealth check, please.
will make a stealth check.
Me?
No. Rose, I'll get you to do a perception check.
21.
Okay. And Rose? Oh, you guys, it's like you're the A team. This is amazing. All right. So quietly,
20.
yeah, quietly, you make your way down the stairs, minding where it looks like the floorboards would give. You step to the side so you don't make any creaks or anything like that. You get down into the cellar and it's a bit more musty, but there's something else to it. You get the smell and you feel that tickle, that irony kind of tickle in the back of your throat. There's blood in the air. And as you make your way, as you pull out your sword, I'll say it's the Durant sword, the mentor sword. There's
My
just
new
an,
favorite thing.
there's just enough of a glow to give you a faint light, not a wide light, but with your dark vision and the light, you can make out more detail. And you see there's a table with cut up slabs of meat and paper to package it all up in. Most of it is packaged away already, but there still is some leftover viscera and blood that's dried onto this wooden table, along with butcher's knives and everything. Yeah.
That would be here.
Hmm.
It's not unusual. I would like to investigate for something that seems out of the ordinary,
Okay.
or that doesn't quite seem like it belongs. Because butchering on a farm, totally normal.
The one thing you do notice is that the meat in question, where you're familiar enough with steaks, you're familiar enough with ribs, all different kinds of cuts. Much like how I was shocked to see the size of a avocado when it's actually like perfectly like off the thing, as opposed to like the shrunken little, you know, testicles that we have in our supermarkets. Yeah. These cuts of meat are much larger than the usual cuts of meat that you have seen before.
Okay. Like, would I be able to relate that to the size of the plains cows?
You kind of make that association. You're like,
Yeah.
right, bigger animals, bigger cuts. That makes sense.
Mhm.
But other than
Yeah.
that, just seeing that abnormal size of meat, that's about all you can gather here.
Gonna make my way up to the. Is there an inside stairs, or is this a cellar door from the outside entrance only?
That's a good question.
I'm thinking about all the horror movies I've seen.
Yeah. I'll say this is probably a one entrance cellar. If only
so-
because of I'm thinking like my stupid brain where it's like, oh, sanitation, but there's not sanitation in fantasy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so different. Yeah.
But that's my rule. Damn it. So,
Make his way back up and
Okay.
quietly shut the doors,
mhm,
replace the lock,
okay.
and give Rose the skinny on the fats. So, big stakes. Nothing looks out of place.
Okay.
Looks like a regular farm basement. They're butchering, and so I guess that's the main floor to take a look at. Now I'm thinking, are there any lights on in the house currently on the main floor?
None that you can see. No.
None that we can see. I would like to pick what's most likely the kitchen.
Okay. That would be probably the back door.
Okay. All right. Now I'll probably need your eyes on this one. I just thought I could get in and out real quick. Like, if you want to come in and you think you can be super quiet, there's a bit more to stake out down here.
I can be super quiet.
Okay. All right.
Steak.
Oh my god.
It's getting late. Don't judge me. Now, as you guys prepare to go into the main floor, Viri. Yeah, there she is. You make your way to the barn door. And it, too, has a lock across it. The front entrance. What would you like to do?
First of all, I'd kind of like lean my ear over to the door, see if I can hear anything coming from inside.
The faintest of ruffling, or rustling, I should say, but nothing too severe, or what's the word I'm looking for? Nothing that would set off any alarms.
Okay. Yeah, I obviously am not a rogue, so are there any windows to this barn? Maybe like on an upper level?
There is like a typical barn. If there's hay to be hauled into like the top section there's like those two doors that would split open to allow like a cable kind of pulley system. That's currently closed though. Around the side, I will say that there are probably some windows, though. Yeah, I don't know. You can investigate, see if they're locked or not.
Yeah, I would check that out because I don't want to, start hammering at the lock because I'll just make some noise. So.
Mhm. Okay, make an investigation check.
Yep. 9. Oh wait, I have inspiration. I'll reroll that.
Oh my god, you guys.
Yeah,
We've
from
been
last
saving
time.
them for so long.
I know.
I know.
And I love
keep
that you're
forgetting
wasting them
about
on the
them.
first night
Look,
of this dangerous trek
I
across
will
the country.
not let myself fail a history check.
No.
That is like the one
I
thing
respect that.
do.
I respect
But
that.
I've been rolling like shit tonight. That's another 9.
9.
9.
Nine.
You do know that there are windows. And I'll say that there are
Can I
9
reach them?
windows.
There are 9 windows. Just taught me. Can I reach them?
Oh yeah, they're about like eye level to you.
Okay. I'll kind of like push against them.
Like in?
Well, in, out.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how far. I don't know the specifics of barn
Little
windows.
jiggles.
Okay.
so, yeah, just.
The first one you tried doesn't really budge.
Mhm.
Do you keep going or?
Yeah, I'll keep on trying all of them.
Okay.
See if
About-
maybe there's one that's loose.
Well, fortunately, about the third window, it slides open a little bit.
All right, I'll take a little look-see inside. I've got dark vision too, so.
Okay. So you kind of careen yourself over. Make a perception check.
Right. Come on, don't fail me now. 14. It's not too bad.
Okay.
Tabs.
With a 14, you can see different stalls that have buckets, hay, all that kind of stuff, contraptions to kind of harness an animal. Now, all the plains cows right now are off in the field and everything like that. With that perception check, you don't see anything, but you do hear movement, even though there are no animals in the barn that you can see. You hear movement, and it just sounds like chains moving. That's the best way I can describe it.
Don't do this to me.
Well, I am definitely gonna try and hoist myself up and through the window.
Okay. Make a... Oh, let's say athletics.
I'm not too bad at those, so.
I know. I'm trying to give you a break.
13. I'm rolling like that's a 10 plus 3.
You don't need to do like, pull-ups to be able to barbarian your way or warlock your way or not warlock fucking fighter.
Fighter.
What the fuck are you?
Everything.
You Asimar yourself through a window easy enough with a 13.
There you go.
All right. Okay, so you get your Asimar in there and you look around. You do have dark vision, correct?
I do, yeah.
Okay. You look around and everything seems fairly typical for a stable/barn. You get that smell, that kind of hay, which if you're allergic to cats, possibly this is going to give you some of the sniffles.
I took my pills. I'm good.
That's right, you did. Good on you. You feel a little itchy, nonetheless. But as you're looking around, you see a ladder that goes up to the loft. And you can see that the overhead just goes past your vision. Do you want to try and take a peek to see what's on the upper floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep on going.
Okay. So as you're looking up and you're walking back, trying to see just beyond the lip of the second floor, you see bale upon bale of hay. Is that how you would say that? Hay bales. You see hay bales. Fuck it. They're all stacked one on top of the other. There's some ropes dangling down that would hoist them up. And you can see a sliver of the moonlight coming through the doors that would be on the second floor there. And as you turn around to look at the source of the light, something else catches your eye. In the corner of the room, you see chains dangling, being gently blown by the breeze coming through the crack in the barn doors. You see thick hooks that have not completely dry blood on them.
Oh shit, we in Texas.
I just walked into a slasher movie set.
What would you like to do?
But there's nothing.
You don't know.
Okay. I'll just, kind of like keeping my hand on the on my sword's handle.
Mm-hmm.
I make my way, being very, very carefully make my way around the barn.
Make it away.
Make my way down the barn, walking fast. And inspect this barn, as I'm not hearing anything from outside from my companions. So
yeah. You come around the side, giving almost a wide berth to the section where you see chains and hooks. And because of your dark vision, you thankfully can't make out exact details. But you do see, strung up with hooks underneath the arms, in the wrist, head lulled to the side, missing 2 of its 4 flanks. Sections of its musculature up the torso, with precision, cut away from it. Genitals gone. You see a centaur strung up and dissected, and a bucket. But the contents, you don't know what's in them. And I'll say you're not too sure you want to find out. Rose has become a cocoon.
I don't blame her.
Gary just like swallows down bile that started like rising up. Is the centaur still alive or clearly dead?
Clearly dead. Yeah.
Dead.
And this is the French part of our stream today.
Well, I found their missing companion.
What would you
And-
like to do? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm just. I wanna give this person, you know, the respect they're due, because this is gross. But I should also probably go back and report first.
Okay. So I will
So-
say at that point, oh yeah, I'm not going to make you do another check for that. You got in, you know how to get out. At that point, Cult is discussing with Rose their plan for getting into the kitchen and how they're going to do it and how one's going to stake out and all this kind of stuff. Rose, as soon as Cult says stake out, you do a quick look around because that's your job. And you look around and you see Viri stumbling out of the barn window.
I quietly but firmly grab Cult's arm, like here,
So strong.
and I say, "Hold on, something's wrong. Viri's back."
Can I see them from afar?
You can.
Yeah, I'll kind of like give them a little
We-
motion over.
Yeah, we go over you and we meet up with you.
Let's
What's up? You okay?
not really, but I'll tell you. Just let's find Nagaheim first.
Was sort of in between the barn and the main house.
Mhm.
So we probably would have just like scooped them up as scoop. Come on.
No. So I found our missing centaur.
That's great.
In the bond. It's a place I would put it.
In the barn, but sadly they've passed on.
Oh no.
Oh,
What happened?
But they were chained up, mutilated.
I'm sorry.
I-
Did I hear you correctly? Did you
Yeah.
chained up?
So no, I don't. Our hosts probably aren't quite what they seem to be.
Cult, make a history check for me, please. And before you consider blowing any inspiration or anything like that, this is a low roll.
It's a natural 20.
Mother of God, people. With your weeks with the Slayer's taking on whatever jobs you could, as best you could, you took on some unsavory jobs where it was delivering goods for not the best of people. Sometimes it's smuggling things off of one ship that's coming in and making sure it doesn't fall into legal hands. And people talk People talk about the black market. People talk about drugs, aphrodisiacs. And the reason you were trying to search your head for why Centaur rang a bell so much,
Oh no.
there is a market for certain parts of Centaur. There are
Mm.
certain alchemists, certain mages that believe there are magical properties. This is a big business that is highly illegal.
Highly legal?
Illegal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay. Well. Cause like, I mean, it's like you can't just. You see, and he's just really having a hard
Are you
time
are you going to
juggling
try and
this.
justify this?
No. It's just this. You can't just slaughter a sentient creature and expect to walk away clean. But this does happen. I've just never really thought about it.
What do you mean this does happen? Who does this and why? Centaurs are peaceful creature.
People will
They
kill a dragonborn for the scales.
We
do.
can argue about the ethics behind
Oh,
this all we
I'm
want,
not
but
arguing about the ethics.
I know you're not. I'm just kind of disturbed right now, but we should probably warn the herd you encountered in Nagaheim and try and at least get their brethren out.
I have a feeling I know what they're going to do.
They're gonna kill these people.
Here's
As they should.
the thing.
I
Centaurs are known to be more on the side of just, and keeping peace and things like that. I, for one, do follow somebody who leads a bit of a darker path. So, if they do wish compensation, I don't mind getting my hands a little dirty. So they don't have to. And
Well, one thing is sure is we shouldn't be staying here with Mr. Braxis. It's not safe.
no, it's not safe.
Nagheim will just kind of clutch the top of their cane and just kind of look up to the sky. Be like, we should go tell them. But keep in mind the world
Let's
is
go.
a cruel
They
place.
They deserve to know, but I'd rather also avoid unnecessary confrontations and altercations, because our job is escorting Mr. Brexis over to Western, so
Let's go meet the Centaurs then.
I say we tell the centaurs and leave this farm to its fate in their hands. Or hooves. No, they've got 2 hands.
Yeah,
But
they've
got
got
or hooves.
hands.
6.
And they can take this matter into their own hands, hooves, whatever. They can
It
deal.
seems it seems inappropriate.
This is a crime against one of their own, so they should take care of
Exactly.
it however they see fit. So
Yeah. I'm not a Yeah. Agreed.
As we
Shall we?
walk back, Nagheim is not using their cane for walking. They're just holding it up there. And if anybody is close by, there's a very obvious heat coming from the orb of the cane.
Rose is gonna talk to Nagaheim and say, but she's talking to them in Elvish, and she's saying like, Nagaheim, you could just take the rocks off that are around the fire. and let nature take its course.
Sometimes nature needs a shove in the right direction.
Taking the rocks that are protecting the fire from spreading could be the little push for your vengeance. If vengeance is what they want.
We shall see what they want. But
Also, who do you follow? Who's your deity? Can I ask?
the Dark Lady.
Still in Elvish. Dark Lady. Never heard of her.
She goes by many names. That just happens to be one of them. And like, it's like there's almost like a shadow under their eyes and everything. Like, their demeanor is fed up.
All right.
The anger is there, it's just not fully coming out.
Yeah. So as you guys make your way to the hillside, you see that singular centaur move to meet your group again.
Colt would have stopped at the cart and stayed as protection for Wayland, but the rest of you can go on.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll go on.
Do you
Awesome.
want me to stay with you, Colt, or shall I accompany the other
You
two?
saw it, you should go tell them.
Right.
And as you guys meet in the middle,
Nagheim Elf, you return. What do you know?
Nick, I will just kind of look over at Viri and be like, shall I or shall you?
Well, they seem to trust you, but I don't mind talking to them if whatever they want.
And, you know, in Elven, Nagheim's gonna be like, no matter your choice, you have my support. No matter how you want to deal with this. And then we'll just kind of nod over to Viri and kind of let her take center stage.
Take a step forward and give them like a little nod and bow.
you see the centaur do the same in return, but you do see slight hesitation and preparedness for what you're about to say. Real
Hello,
quick though, what languages do you speak?
I speak common, common, celestial, and dwarvish.
Okay. What language do you use?
I would use common by default.
Okay.
Hi. My name is. She hesitates and goes, Viria. You know, she knows full well the other two are with her and that they haven't heard her real name yet, but I'm afraid I don't have happy news for you.
The centaur turns to Nagheim and looks at you
Nagheim
confusedly.
We'll just start repeating everything in Elven.
Fair enough.
I would you like to hear the details, or I'm afraid your brethren's dead, and there's not much we can do for them anymore.
Viria, speak your truth.
I will also translate. I'll keep.
Well, yeah, I mean, she'll just recount the entire scene she witnessed in the barn.
You all notice whoever is watching this conversation, the breathing, the chest rises quicker and quicker. The arms tense up. And the dark eyes that reflected the firelight, even from this distance. Wetness around the eyes reflect just as much fire, which mirrors the rage that this individual has right now.
You saw this with your own eyes.
I'm afraid so. Very sorry.
Before you do anything hard to rash, whatever, I do know your people's alignment and how important it can be to you. I, however, don't share the same feelings about mine. If you wish to retrieve the body for a proper burial, I can make a distraction.
Well, we don't need to do
Saying
that.
it in Elven.
Oh,
All of this is in
okay.
Elven story to the centaur.
The centaur will walk up to you, threatening, until they get close enough and realize how they are presenting themselves.
I understand. We may be of a certain affinity, a certain Jacques.
Word you don't understand.
We will handle this in our way. Your hands will not see blood this evening.
I was thinking more fire, but as you wish.
But I
I'm
would
translating the encounter to Viri.
Say again?
Oh, sorry. I just said that I'm encounter to you, Viri.
I didn't hear that again, but
Oh, Fred's going to translate the encounter to Viri.
got it. Thank you.
But I would advise, do not linger. Witness is as much guilt as the deed itself. For your actions, you should leave clean.
And he turns and walks back towards his tribe.
Mayhem will just bow as he's leaving.
Would they want us to help with retrieving the body, or?
No, we need to leave right
They
now.
will handle it.
All
We
right,
shall
let's grab Colt and Mr. Brexis and head off.
So I
They
will
said
say,
they're gonna handle this on their own.
so as you all come back together, you gently alert Mr. Brexis. Or not. You could just rock him, wake up, wake up. It's up to you. But
Yeah.
quicker than you would normally.
Mm-hmm.
The camp is packed up. Everything is put away. You gently usher the horses back onto the road. Rose?
I make it a point to not extinguish the fire and as I was suggesting to Nagaheim earlier, I will undo most of the rocks that were protecting the fire from the outside and let nature take its course there.
Make an attack roll.
From my
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
As we go by the barn, I'd like to cast Fairy Fire to create it so that way they can at least see where
Okay,
the body is.
for sure.
I mean, I would have mentioned it's in the barn.
Yeah. But that way they have the exact visual
Oh,
where
right,
it is,
yeah.
because since it outlines it.
If
But
things
with
gonna go
this-
down, they know not to disturb one thing, we'll say.
Yeah. But they say it's like a blue, green, or violet light, and it is a violet outline, but it's almost like shrouded.
Mhm.
So you see it, but it's almost like what it's outlined is just, you can see almost like moving darkness throughout.
Mhm. All right. And as that happens, you lead the cart back down the road leading away from the farm, back onto the main road. And you take, thankfully, not Vera's suggestion to go back towards Drina, but the correct way, and heading northward. You all take a point of exhaustion, as none of you can truly fall asleep after what just occurred. And as you see the sun come up over the horizon, we are going to end it there.
Would I get a point of exhaustion? Because how long into her thing was all of this?
I'd say maybe a couple of hours. So you got maybe halfway through your meditation.
Okay, so it was only
Yeah.
2 hours. Okay.
Exhaustion, underused mechanic. I voluntarily took it. I was like, I like it. That was rough. Holy shit. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I thought at first it was spooky Jason Momoa, but then it was a centaur.
Oh, see, no,
Oh,
I was
there we go.
thinking Centaur Momoa.
Centaur Momoa, yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I
centaur Momoa, yeah.
Because they're a horse culture.
Mhm.
But I'm so glad the centaurs are just gonna deal with
There
it.
we
But
go.
Cult's gonna be straining. He doesn't want to hear anything, but he kind of wants to hear something, just
Mm.
because he knows it's back there and he knows it's gonna happen. It's just like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
I see a
ooh.
tail.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
There she
oh,
is.
yeah,
You wanna?
I got
No,
Pete
she
in my
just.
laundry basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete.
All
Well
right.
done, everybody. What a roller coaster tonight.
Yeah.
We
Holy
shout.
shit.
We said goodbye to our friends. We went on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre farm.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Little
Right on.
horrible
And-
trade in body parts.
Yeah. I will say we did all that with everyone watching as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight and coming along on this fun little ride. It's fun. It's fun.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
dark,
you.
it's sad, it's all fun. Now, one thing I will say to everyone still watching, if you're following along, you know, we're trying to do every Sunday, but this next Sunday, we won't be streaming because it is Thanksgiving weekend. And there's a couple of us that are going to be celebrating with friends and family, and I'm sure all of you are as well out there. And so we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And we
If
will
you're in
see you all.
Canada.
Yeah, if you're in Canada. I forgot
was a
about that.
thing.
Yep. And we will see you all in 2 weeks. So keep looking at our social media. We'll let you know when we're popping back in. And yeah, have a good night. Don't forget to love each other. Bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for watching.
Mwah.
And let me push the right button now.